Oh, can you guys hear now? All right, so is this working? The little iPad? What's going on, my slimes? What up? It's def not. Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Wait, yes, it's working now. Um. All right, so trying to monitor to see if this was working. All right, so wait, is my like display working or is that still not working? Sorry guys, this is my first time streaming. I'm not sure how to do it quite. There's a doubled robot voice. How strange. I am a tech priest IRL. Hello, Hadget. I think that's how you say the name. Not sure for sure. We hear stuff. It's incredibly funky. Is it? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just pull it up on my phone and see what's up real quick. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, yeah, that is weird. Hold on. Maybe this will just be an AdMix stream. Um, I am using double screens. I'm trying to frantically fix this. Good evening, the Big M. Nice to see you here. You didn't miss anything, Goblin. I just started, and I'm just having technical difficulties. Um, let's see. Does it still sound robotic? I might just try turning on and off again. That seemed to work last time. Blame the administratum for putting too much bad stuff. Okay, wait, hold on. OBS. I'm quite good other than these technical difficulties, Mr. Ohio. Oh, you know what? Okay, wait. All right. Did that fix it? I'm a bit tech illiterate sometimes, despite my robot voice. A white screen. It shouldn't be at that anymore. It still sounds robotic. This is silly. Hold on. Um, I'm using OBS to stream. Yeah. I don't. Let me see the properties of this real quick. Default. Okay. I think the Aegis defense line's super overpriced. Yeah, let me draw high. This is very strange. Let's see. Very robotic. From the moment I knew the weakness of the flesh. I don't remember it by heart, but it's not even robotic. Maybe it's just my actual voice is just robotic and everybody thinks I'm a robot. Wait, let me just turn it on my own. Let's see what that's like. Oh no, it is super robotic. Hold on. The good thing is it's technically not one, so the stream didn't start yet. Oh hey, thanks for the donation, Flynn. I have a whole video on the female custodes. I personally don't really care that much, but also I don't know that much about custodes, as some people have pointed out in there. So maybe ask a custodes fan. Don't stress about the audio. Yeah, I want to at least fix it before the 1 o'clock and it officially starts, quote unquote. Let's see if I could. Let's go to the sacred Reddit. Add our drawing request. No, no. So how it's gonna work is I'm gonna ask for a few requests while I answer these questions, and I'll just draw. And if you say something cool, I'll probably pick it. It depends. Okay, so select your device. Okay, wait. Audio control panel. Where is the audio control panel? Oh, here we go. Noodle Man, by the time I fix this, you might be home. Just kidding. Um, Man, maybe I could just brand this as an AdMech stream, and that's just the way it is. Thoughts on a Death Corp? I think they're overrated, but they are pretty cool. Man, does anybody? What audio channels do I have? I have audio input capture and display capture. Oh, well, that's not an audio one. Here, let's see if Will can help fix it, and then we'll all praise Will in the chat. Will, if you fix this stream, I'll draw the oiled up orc. My favorite faction, it should be quite obvious, it's the guard. Yeah, is there a different one I should have? I'm kind of a newbie, Will. Yeah, everybody praise Will. If we all chant his name. Drawing Katie and annoyed. Yep. That's me right now, actually, Danny Mag. Click the gear. All right. All right, we're getting somewhere, guys. Go to filter. Wait, I don't see filters. Click the gear on the audio input bar. Yeah, I don't have any filters for some reason. I don't see that. Unless I'm just pushing it wrong. It literally just says device and then use device timestamps. I might be doing something wrong, though. Will is a true Omnisa. What did I walk into? You walked into me not knowing how to stream. Apparently I sound like a robot and I can't fix it. But Will's gonna save us. And it's also good to see you here, the gaming storyteller. Yes, we're all kindred spirits in the 40k YouTube world. Yeah, it's Mechanicus themed. How about that? Here, let me pull up the Mechanicus thing, and then I'll just read that, and then it's Mechanicus stream. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I crave the strength and certainty of steel. I aspire to the purity of the blessed machine. How about that? Now it's a Mechanicus stream, guys. Will the Tech Priest. Yes, thank you, Will the Tech Priest. How do you draw? I use my iPad on Procreate. I cannot draw with a mouse. I'm absolute garbage. Well, does anyone have any objections to the robot voice? Because if not, I'll just start the stream. As long as nobody's ears are like bleeding and they want to kill me, I guess it's fine. Oh wait, I missed Will's thing. Okay, wait, where you can see what's being streamed. Yes, that's where I am. Audio here. Wait, let me see this. Oh, here we go. I found filters. It sounds immersive, yeah. Some people can draw with a mouse, actually. I saw somebody drawing with a mouse, and it was actually really impressive. It was amazing. I do, Will. Oh, hello, Dumb Jake. I love your channel. Thank you. Dumb Jake has a cool Transformers channel. I need Will. I need him. I have the audio filters on. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to start soon afterwards. I can kind of. I do prefer pen and paper, but like, obviously for like the videos, it doesn't work. Oh yes, here we go. Does it sound better now? I put a compressor on. Oh, I'm sorry, YD. Frick. Okay, I put a compressor on. Does it sound better, guys? Thank you, Help. I appreciate it. Remove the compressor. Okay. Trash. I can't draw. Alright, well, I'm just gonna start, guys, because I can't figure this out. I'm a boomer. How is everybody doing? This is my first stream. Let's just go into the Q&A, I guess. And also, does anyone have any cool suggestions for what I should draw? It's okay, Will. We tried. I'll just be a Mechanicus today. Thank you for the donation again, Flynn. All right. So how I'm going to do it, I'm just going to read some questions and answer them, and then I'll take drawing requests, and I'll just draw those real quick as I answer the questions, just to make it interesting. Draw the famous YouTuber KrakDuk. All right, I'll do that real quick. Here's the little head. Oh, frick. The hardest part of drawing these actually is the head. There we go. I'm super good at it. No, okay, but let's start the. Oh shoot. All right, so first question. I'm just gonna go down the comments. What's one thing in all of Warhammer lore that you'd love to see either get proper representation on the tabletop or generally more attention from the community? Well, I have a whole video about it. It's Tau Auxiliaries, but also, other than that, I would love to see the Guard get their regiments back. I think it's really cool, like the Vostroyans. Those are my favorite ones. I keep on talking about them. Like the Valhallans, all those people. I think it was super cool when the Guard had a bunch of different regiments. And now it's kind of boring, even though Cadians are my favorite. I do wish there were a lot more. And, but yeah, Tau Auxiliaries would be freaking awesome. I think it would be a great way to expand the range for Xenos, add a bunch of new species, all that stuff. Well, I'll draw your oiled up orc just because you helped. But yeah, I think Tau Auxiliaries would be freaking awesome. And like, I have my video, so shameless plug. The Gaming Storyteller, thanks for the huge donation. I hope there are more subscribers. Thanks a lot. I'm hoping. We're hoping. All right. Next question. Do you believe the actions of the controversial political figure Conrad Kurz were justified? By user RN9NN, bunch of numbers. This might be a hot take, but no, I don't think his actions were justified. I think Conrad was a bit of a jerk. Also, Isn't it like straight up in the lore that the second he left his planet, it stopped it stopped working and everything went back to shit? Yeah. So L. Conrad Kurz. All right, from Ortho Bison. He said from the. Oh wait, that's not a question. But the question: what are your thoughts on Darktide or any other 40k game? So Darktide is. I think Darktide is pretty cool. I was like super hyped for it. It was one of my most anticipated games, like period. And then it came out, and it was really fun for like a month, and then I kind of just lost interest, honestly. But like, there were so many cool moments, like the set pieces. They looked awesome. The bolter was super cool. It was honestly like when you play the bolter in Darktide for the first time, it's an honestly magical experience. It like actually feels like a bolter should, because I know why they do this, but like in every single 40k game, the bolter almost always feels like just a normal assault rifle, which is like super lame. But like in Darktide, ooh, it like blasts you around. You break both your arms. You shoot the ceiling after like 5 seconds, and you just destroy a horde. That's a truly magical gaming experience. And as for the other games, I really like Space Marine. Obviously, that's probably my favorite one. I also like Dark Tide. I mean, not Dark Tide. Dawn of War. Bolt Gun's pretty cool. I've been addicted to Gladius lately, which kind of sucks from a productivity standpoint, but it is pretty fun. And are there any? Oh, I really like Mechanicus. How could I forget that one? I tried the Grey Knight game, but I played it like right after Mechanicus, so it kind of like I was just like, man, this is what I already played, and so I should probably go back to that sometime. I'm sure I'll like it now. All right, next question from PVT Studios 4030. Will you do the Tyrannic Wars and will you do faction focused episodes? Yes to both of them. The Tyrannic Wars I definitely want to cover. I really love the Ultramarine veterans like Tyrannic War models. They got rid of them, but they were really cool and flavorful. They don't really do things like that, I feel, and it's just a cool story. Like the introduction of any new faction to the universe, especially one as devastating as the Tyranids, is like always something cool to hear. But the real limiting factor is just like honestly, it's time. Um, so I hope I can get to it like sooner than later, but we'll see. And then for the faction focused episodes, definitely 100%. I kind of tried to do that with the what is it called, the guard one, where I it was like a somewhat of a faction focus, but kind of just like more of an intro. But I definitely do want to make like a 10-minute video for each faction. I think those are honestly invaluable to new players. When I first got into the hobby, I would watch like a shit ton of those, and it was just a great time, and it helped me pick the faction I really liked. So even though there's a lot of them, I want to put my own perspective. Hey, thanks for the donation again, Flynn. Bolter, yeah, it is for the Marines, which I like it in Bolt Gun, where it feels like an egg arc and like explodes cultists. I think that's perfectly fitting. But for when you're a guardsman, I really wanted to like break your arms, shoot you to high hell, and stuff like that. And in Space Marine, especially, this is the worst one for me. I feel because it like doesn't even one shot any of the enemies, which I know they're orcs and they shouldn't be one shot, but it should feel more devastating. In Space Marine 2, I played the demo and it does feel more devastating, except it still doesn't like one shot Gaunts, which is kind of silly. Hey, thanks for the oh wow, thanks for the giant donation help. Here's to you growing even more. Have you come up with your own homebrew units? Yes, definitely. I have a whole Google Doc of like homebrew. It's a lot. Um, if so, what are they? Yeah, I'll tell you one. I have my Kazarkin squad. So I have a bunch. My homebrew lore has a bunch of Kazarkin squads riding around in Valkyries, just like patrolling the area, trying to respond to threats because the Imperials they control the. Okay, so it's an ocean world, and the Imperials control the supercontinent, and so they only have to defend the coast essentially. So they have giant Khazars on the outside, and in order to help this, they have Kazarkin drop squads in Valkyries, just like flying around and responding to any threat that might have got through. And so the main Kazarkin, this was my like quote unquote homebrew unit, is they're called the Hell Frogs because I thought that was funny, and they just like jump on shit, kill them, and they get back in their Valkyrie. I'd love to talk about my homebrew lore more, but I don't know if anyone would care about that, and I need to get back to these questions. But thanks a lot, help. That does help. Very good name. All right, next question from Warlord Gurtak Rukrak. Which of the orc clans is your favorite? It's probably going to have to be the Death Skulls. One, I really like blue. That's why I first started painting them, like my orcs' Death Skulls. But two, I really like that. I like the luck aspect, number one, and I also like that they're like a bunch of thieving, little scheming, like I don't know, like garbage looters. And also from a tabletop perspective, it's like really fun to have like what's it called, looting built into your faction, because you can just take literally anything and have a justified lore reason, even more so than the orcs already do. So like just making a Death Skulls army, I think is super fun. Um, so here's the oiled up orc. Does anyone have any other requests? Let's get the next one, and then I'll go back to the questions. Honestly, homebrew lore would be cool to hear. Yeah, I might do that in another stream. I thought about making a video, but honestly, I don't know how many people really care about my thing. My mic is robotic because this is a Mechanicus themed stream. Hat on orc. Okay, you got it. Let me do it in a different layer so I could. Do we have any hat requests? I'll just do a classic cowboy hat. How about that? Boom. Let me color that. Vulcan Histan. That would be fun to draw. I'll do that one next. I love Vulcan. Commander Farsight. Imperium Tinks. All right. Let's get back to the questions. From Theodore Hillstrom. How did you arrive at your simplified art style? And what's the best Chaos God? So this art style, this is just like what I used to draw in my notebooks in high school. I don't know how I wouldn't say like I arrived at it, I guess. I mean, it just came to me, you know. I would draw them in the notebooks. I used to think that was funny. And also when I was a kid, so I always liked art. Excuse me. And so when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I need my own art style, because all the animators I know, they have their own art style, this and that. And then I could never like develop one like cautiously. And then one day I just drew like one of these silly ass spoon heads in my like notebook at school, and I was like, oh, that's it. I like those. Those are funny. And I just kept on drawing them. And then favorite Chaos God, I really like Zinch. I like Korn just because he's like the generic bad guy, you know. But I think Zinch is like trickery, his like bird aesthetic. I think those are all really cool, and I just love a lot of his units. The old pink horrors were my favorite. I don't really care that much for the new ones, but they're all right, you know. And so yeah, Zinch. It would have to be Zinch. Plus, he's a little bird guy, which is cute. Some of my better performing videos have been homebrew. All right. Oh, hey, Paul, what's up? Yeah, okay. I might make some homebrew stuff. I have a lot. Like I said, I have like multiple documents of it. Super nerdy stuff over here. But I mean, we're all Warhammer fans. We're used to it. All right, next one. From Quentin, Quentin Name Man. What's your favorite sub faction from each faction? All right, that's a big one. Oh, hey, thank you, Night Lord Shadow. It's good to see you here. Thanks a lot. It was awesome to meet you too. I really liked meeting all those creators. That was really cool. Okay, so my favorite sub faction from each faction. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't know a lot of sub factions for some of the factions, but I'll say what I know. So for the guard, I really like Cadians, of course, and oh yes, Paul, it did go good. Thank you. I appreciate you helping me out with that. But yeah, for guard, Cadians, 100%. I've always been a Cadia simp. And then for Space Marines, it's either the Salamanders, the Raven Guard, or the White Scars. I think I would have to go with Salamanders, though. I really love green. I love dragons. I like people being nice to each other. I know it's stupid for, like, Grim Dark 40k, but, like, I really like when, like, people are nice in the Grim Dark setting. And I know Salamanders are only, like, nice relative, but I still like that about them. They care about humanity. And then Raven Guard's cool because they're emo. But yeah, Salamanders would have to be my favorite loyalist chapter. And then for the Chaos Space Marines, I like Khorne. I mean, not Khorne, World Eaters. I mean, technically Khorne. World Eaters and Thousand Sons, but for different reasons. Like I said earlier, I think Khorne is the perfect, like, de facto bad guy thing. He's Satan. He looks like Satan. And I think in that regard, the World Eaters are cool because it's like, when I think Chaos Space Marine, I think like these big guys like screaming and charging at you, and Khorne just like embodies that. But I like Zinch because like I think wizards are cool, the dust is cool, the Egyptian theme is cool, all that stuff. And so I think if I had to pick, I'd pick Zinch at the end of the day. So Thousand Sons would be my favorite Chaos Space Marine, and then extending off of that, Zinch would also be my favorite Chaos Demons. And what else is there? Sisters of Battle. There's that one. It's the one that like sings and is white. I think they're the Order of the Sacred Rose. I want to say. I think they have some pretty cool lore. I honestly don't know super like a lot of sister lore, but they are really cool. I think they're like described as like being super graceful, which is pretty cool. So I think they're a cool guy. Plus they sing as they kill people. Pretty epic. And then Tau, my favorite would be Farsight again because I think it's nice when people are nice to each other, and Farsight is probably like the only hero faction. And then Tyranids. Tiamat. I just like Tiamat just because of the colors. It's literally just the color scheme that I like, and that's actually a common trend for a few of these because Necrons. This one's like an obscure one, but it's like Sara Cura. They have a really cool black and green color scheme, and so they're my favorite Necrons. I don't know if they've ever done anything ever, but yeah. And then who else am I missing? Oh, Eldar. Again, another color one is Miyamera, I believe. They have a really cool like green to blue gradient, so I like them just because of the colors. I'm really shallow with some of these. And then am I missing any? Am I missing any factions? Oh, also, guys, I'll answer the live questions after I get through these old ones. I think that should be good. Just so we stay organized. But I will answer what my favorite snack is because the weatherman. That's a cool question. Um, my favorite snack is either chocolate covered gummy bears or kettle corn, and both of those are somewhat hard to come by for me. So that's really sad and disappointing, but it's okay. What does Vulcan's hammer look like? It's like a dragon, right? This does not look like Vulcan. I'll give him a big flowy cape. Boom. Vulcan. All right, next question. Oh, wait, my phone turned off. Sorry, guys. All right, next one. What's your favorite Primarch and why from Seymour? Seymour. My favorite Primarch is Vulcan. Good timing, Seymour. I have Vulcan drawn up here, so that's cool. I like Vulcan because he's nice. He's a big, cool guy. He's a perpetual, which is funny. He's green. He has a dragon theme. He's the tallest, which you got to respect tall people, you know. Draw my homebrew mini. It would just be a Kazarkin with a funny color. I mean, my guardsman is based on my homebrew scheme. That green and like olive. That's my homebrew scheme. I mean scheme, not scream. All right, but yeah, Vulcan's my favorite Primarch because flamers are cool and being nice is cool. Okay, from Mellow Fellow. What made you interested in content creation and how do you keep motivated? So honestly, this I just find this like it is an extension of my hobby already. I just love 40k and I could literally talk about it like forever. And so I used to just talk to my friends about it all the time, but none of them cared. So then I was like, I love talking about this. I love learning about this. So how about I like make it make it into something? And I always thought video making would be cool, and I've always loved drawing. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out. It'll just be a fun little side project along with my painting and like writing and stuff. And here we are today. And so how do I keep motivated? Honestly, it's just a fun thing I do. So I don't really I'm motivated like by myself just because I like doing it. So it's not like hard for me. I don't wake up and say like, "Oh fuck, I gotta make a video today," you know? Which no shade to people who do it like as a job. Try shading Vulcan. Oh, I should have did the layer. I'll do it. All right, next question from Goblin D's. By the way, Goblin D's, thanks for being here for so long. Goblin D's was one of the OGs. How did you come across your art style, and has it imposed any challenges or limitations in what you can draw? Yeah. So, again, I already talked about the art style, but it's just what I used to draw in high school in my notebooks. I thought it was a funny little thing. As for limitations, so funny story. I did have a limitation. My original style used to be like even more spoon-headed, like kind of like this. And I found this was really hard to do. I found it was really hard to do helmets in this style. Because here, let me demonstrate what I mean. So like, say there's a Space Marine helmet. Now it has this like weird pencil neck, which is kind of funny, but I didn't like how it looked. So then I kind of made it into. I gave them more of a jawline, and so now the helmet looks good because the neck is smaller. But yeah, that was the limitation. Honestly, most of them I haven't really found any like real limitations when drawing the characters. I think if I was like limited in any way, I just like make some creative liberties and change some designs. Like Angron, for example. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I simplified his design quite a bit, and so he looks like how he looked. Next for who has the coolest hats in 40k? This is also from Goblin D's. Personally, I'm partial to the Actillan Rough Riders. So I know you wanted me to do a hat stream, so thanks for asking about the hats. Maybe I'll do a hat stream one day. But the coolest hats in 40k, that's a hard one. I might just have to go with the commissars, at least the old ones where they have a giant hat. I think that's funny. I hate the new one. It has a small hat, which is pathetic. Um, if helmets count as hats, I would have to say Kazurkin, just because I love the Kazurkin helmet. Again, I'm simping for Kazurkin, but it wouldn't be a KrakDuk video if I didn't simp for Kazurkin. But yeah, either commissars or Kazurkin, if I'm allowed to say helmets. Next up, from Badia CN. Have you ever tried animating these little dudes? Yeah, so I did try animating. I used to want to be an animator, in fact, but I found out I hate animating. I hate drawing the same thing like 100 times. And so now I very rarely animate. I animated a few times. In the Fall Acadia one, I did that little Angron. Abaddon one. How embarrassing, guys. I'm a fake fan. I did that little I keep on saying it wrong. Abaddon animation where he throws his arms, and that was like fun to do, but it was like kind of tedious and took way longer than you would think. And so I prefer just drawing like a cool still image over animating. I'd rather have a cool shaded image versus having some guy like twirl his arms around. And then next, sorry, did Magnus do anything wrong? Yes, yes, he definitely did. He did the most important thing wrong, in fact. And I understand the sentiment behind Angron did nothing. I keep on saying Angron. Sorry, he's on my head. Magnus did nothing wrong. I understand, like, he was like, it's justified to do this wrong because I need to tell the Emperor. However, the Emperor straight up told him, do not do this. You'll kill everything. Stop. And he still did it, which is, like, by definition wrong. And I think even if it went well, he would have still technically did something wrong, just like by the definition of the word. Like, it would have helped if it went right, but it didn't, and he did do something wrong. And so next, by Maple Bacon. Do you like frogs? Yes, I do like frogs. You might not believe it, but one of my Kazurkin squads is called the Hell Frogs. One, because I thought it's funny, and two, because I think it's funny. No. One, because I think it's funny, and two, because I like frogs. Sorry, guys, I'm misspeaking a lot. Magnus did a lot wrong. Yes, indeed. He did do the biggest wrong. He's silly. All right. Next up. Tallest Jesse. What other IPs do you follow? I used to follow Star Wars quite a bit, as well as Transformers, but honestly, 40K's kind of consumed my life once I found it. And so that's pretty much been the only thing I've been consuming, really. I kind of fell out of love with Star Wars, as sad as that might seem. But yeah, so I don't know if I follow any IPs. I've been kind of into Fallout lately just because of the show. But other than that, it's pretty much just been Warhammer. And so let's see, next one. User, a bunch of letters. In hindsight, what was the way you wish you got into the hobby, and what would you change about the way you pitch the hobby to people going forward? I'm not sure I quite understand the question, but if there was something I had to change about, sorry, about how I got into the hobby, I would just say I wish I got into it earlier. When I first heard about Warhammer, I was like somewhat young, and I just kept on hearing like, oh, this is the extreme nerd hobby. It's the number one nerd hobby. And back then I was like, oh, I don't want to be seen as a big old nerd. Now I've come to terms with it, and I'm like, oh, I'm a nerd. It's fine. And so I kind of wish, I wish I just got into it earlier, basically. A lot of my favorite models, they went out of production after I got into the hobby, which sucks, but what are you going to do? There's always eBay to get super overpriced old models. But, what would I change going forward to recommending people? Honestly, I think people do make it sound more intimidating than it really is when they say like, oh, it's like it's the most extreme sci-fi franchise. It's like every sci-fi franchise turned to 1,000. And I understand like the pitch aspect of that. Like, yeah, that sounds cool. but I do think that that's a bit like it's a bit scary for people. So I don't know. And I also would also try to pitch all the factions, which is super hard to just tell your friend, like if you're hanging out, oh, you should try Warhammer. Here, let me explain all 20 factions. But yeah, his smile is small, needs to be big. But my style is about small smiles, but I'll make it bigger. Boom. Does anyone have any other drawing requests right now? I'm gonna call this Vulcan done. I think he looks cute. Please draw Cantor the Crimson Fist. All right, that sounds cool. Next question though. Let's see. That's not a question. That's not a question. Beanie Bob. What software do you use to make videos? I draw in Procreate and then I edit in DaVinci. I basically just make a slideshow. But yeah, there we go. And then here, let me turn this off. Cantor. He has a big fist and it's red. Next question. Slander Slim? No. Slanderism. If you could remove one guard regiment, which one would it be? And you can't say none of them. Ooh, that's a tough one because I actually really do love like all the guard regiments. If I had to pick one to remove though, this might just be because I don't know about them that much, but I don't think I've never thought Valhallans were super interesting. I think that Vostroyans do like the winter aesthetic cooler. I think that Krieg do like the what's it called, repentance aspect better, and also like honestly I do like the generic soldier fighting like horrors of the galaxy, except I feel that Vostroyans are almost like, I mean not Vostroyans, Valhallans are almost too generic. They are cool in Kane though, I like that. Oh, thanks again Flynn for the donation. I understand if you don't want to answer, but are you Christian? Draw your favorite commissar. I mean, for religion, I'm not like super religious or anything. I don't know. I guess I would call myself agnostic, but yeah, probably. I'm not really like a authority on this, so I don't really want to talk super religion. Draw my favorite commissar though. Commissar. My favorite commissar is probably Yarick. I already drew him. Watch the Armageddon video. But yeah. Next up. Oh, but yeah, I would remove Valhallans. Do you play Darktide? I talked that one, but thank you, Grim Reaper. Thank you for loving the content. Next up, user. What are some guardsman characters that you'd want to see in tabletop miniature for? I think I would have to go with Commissar Kane. I don't think he's ever got an official miniature, which is like kind of lame, you know. Yarg over Kane. I think Yarg is. Oh, I don't know. Kane is really cool, but Yarg's also really cool. Who was I drawing? Pedro. Do I like Commissar Yarg or do I like Commissar Kane? I think I do like Yarg just because he has a crab claw. Also, I have his model. If he has a model, that gives him an edge. Moscone, thank you for the donation. Favorite guard vehicle? It has to be the Lehman Russ. I think it's super iconic. It breaks my heart every single time I see someone saying, "Oh, we need to shrink the turret," because I think the giant turret adds to its silhouette in such a cool way. And if they got rid of that, it would just be like a boring, poorly designed tank, I feel. All right, next up. Big M. Again, thank you for being here. Big M is an OG as well. What would you like to see the most from the future of Warhammer? Honestly, I just like to see a lot of the factions getting expanded. A lot of people say they want new factions, but honestly, I want more. I want like more stuff from the existing factions. I think some are very underrepresented, like Eldar, obviously Votan. I think Tau could use an expansion, and what's it called? I would also like them to expand it to some of the cooler aspects that like don't get expanded. This kind of goes back to the earlier question where he was asking me what I'd like to see model-wise. I would want to see more regiments again. I know they probably won't ever do it, but a man can dream. And I also want to see the auxiliaries. And then next up, Chaff. Good for you for... Oh, thank you. That's not a question, but thank you for being proud of me. That makes me happy. Next up, user GFSN6. If you could have any Forge World or Games Workshop model for free, in or out of production, what would it be and why? Okay, so there's a practical reason, and there's a practical answer, and there's a correct answer. The correct answer in my heart, that is. Practical answer, I would pick the Mars Pattern Warlord Titan, just because, like, it's freaking huge, and it's, like, a few $1,000s, which practically I'll never get it myself, but if I got it for free, that'd be awesome. But my heart wants to say either the Splitting Horrors, the Demonettes, or the Old Repentia. I think all of those models are super cool, but they're like really hard to come by and they're really expensive. But I mean, they aren't as expensive as a Warlord Titan, so it would have to be the Warlord Titan just from a money aspect. Um, Chris Angel, thank you for the donation. Favorite season of Fortnite. Also, is Fortnite better than 40k? My favorite season of Fortnite is probably, I think it's season 3 when the Dark Voyager and John Wick were like in it. That was a magical time, like an unironically magical time for me. And that's really lame and stupid to say, but Fortnite was a pivotal development in my life. And it shaped me as a person. But Fortnite is not better than 40k. I bet in the future there's definitely going to be a Fortnite skin though for 40k, like 100%. There's no way they aren't going to do that. Um, Before we go on, what's your favorite color? It's green. I love green. And also, hi Miss Mash. It's good to see you here. Thanks for joining. But yeah, I love green. Everything green. Next up, air fryer. Favorite pizza topping? Okay, this is gonna be a basic bitch answer, but you guys know I like Cadian, so you already know I'm pretty vanilla. But I would pick pepperoni. I think pepperoni is a wonderful pizza topping. It fits the cheese and oil perfectly. It looks classic, just a nice pepperoni pizza. But if I wanted to be a bit more fancy and pretentious, have you? I don't know if you guys have any what's it called, Neapolitan like style pizzas. Some of my viewers are in Italy, so they probably have some kick-ass pizzas. But like, there's this one place, and they have the like fancy Neapolitan pizzas, and they are so good. And on that, I love the pine nuts. Pine nuts are freaking delicious, and if they weren't so dang expensive, I would put them on everything. But next up, Zateni, how are you? I'm quite good, Zateni. Thanks for asking. This stream's pretty cool. I heard I sound like a robot, but I'm a mechanicus today. And how are you if you're here? But next, Jacob Ludo, will you marry me? Oh, you could try a little harder and maybe give me a ring, and then I'll consider it. I don't know. Uh, that's a tough one. Maybe, maybe. The answer is maybe on that one. If you come out and give me a big fat ring. All right, and that closes off that post's questions. Let's see if there's any questions in the other ones. Okay, so this guy, user RN9. Will the stream be posted on YouTube after it's completed? I believe so. I think it goes into the live section. And then, oh, here's an interesting one. Otto, he's in the live chat. How did I come up with my name? So KrakDuk is actually like kind of a pun. So Krak is obviously like a 40k grenade slash like missile, and ducks say quack, and that's not, that kind of sounds like crack. So it's like crack crack, you know, like a duck. And so it's like that's funny. There we go. And originally, fun KrakDuk fact, my channel was originally going to be called Crab Revolver because I drew this little like crab with revolver hands, and I thought that was funny. Actually, let me draw that. But then some horrible person stole it from me. They had Crab Revolver already, and that made me really sad. But in hindsight, I do like KrakDuk a lot better just because of like the pun aspect, and also Crab Revolver is way too freaking long. I think it's not as catchy either, and so that was a blessing in disguise. Thank you. But yeah, this is what my original icon looked like, kinda. It was a bit better drawn than that, but this is Crab Revolver. He has two revolver claws. I thought it was really cool. I was like, oh, the hammer's like the little finger for the claw, and then the barrel would be like the other part of the claw, and I thought that was really clever. I felt really smart, but I wasn't. Okay, next. Let's see. Zang. Favorite faction lore-wise and favorite 40k content creators. All right. My favorite faction. Oh, least favorite. My bad. Least favorite. Oh, that's hard. There's like, I feel like there's two different least favorites whenever someone asks. It's like your least favorite because you hate them, which means like they're a good faction. They're really good at hating, and in that case, it would be the World Bearers. The Word Bearers, and obviously everybody hates them. But favorite faction, like just from lore, I think it would probably have to be Votan, just because they don't have that much lore, which like isn't their fault. They're gonna get lore eventually, and maybe they'll be cool. But also, I don't know. I don't jive with their lore that much. I don't think it's super interesting. I don't think it's anything like overtly 40k-ish. I might just not know that much Votan lore, to be fair, though. But yeah, probably Votan. I'm sure they'll get better, though. I don't like their redesign. They look like freaking eggs. Hey, thanks for the donations, Flynn. Again, would you play a Warhammer 40k Roblox game? Also, green's my favorite color too. Hell yeah, brother, green all the way. Favorite weapon from every faction. Okay, so I actually did play a Warhammer 40k Roblox game. It was like this horrible like giant battle simulator, which might have been really cool if there were a bunch of them. But it was literally just me and my friend, and this map was freaking huge, and I could not figure out how to pick up a las gun, and so we just ran around and like did nothing. But favorite weapon from each faction. For guardsmen, it's probably plasma. I mean, plasma for every like faction that has plasma. I just think plasma's a freaking cool weapon. I like I think it's called the Star Cannon from Eldar. That's a cool thing. It's fun in Kill Team. And then Tau, the rail cannon, or pulse rifle. The pulse rifle looks really cool, and the rail cannon looks really cool. Like I freaking vibe with like hella long barrels any day. And then Necrons. I honestly don't know that many Necron weapons. I know they have some pretty nutty ones. The Tesla carbines are pretty cool. They're a pain in the ass in Kill Team. But yeah, and then Sisters are just Imperials. Are there any other factions? Oh, for Votan, I like their high las like rifles. I think that's a funny concept. It's like a really fast shooting, compact las gun. Okay, next up. Oh, my favorite 40k content creators. I usually watch painting content. I used to watch a lot of lore stuff, but now I like watch painting content. I really like who was I like Eon's Battle, and he also like just so happens to post when I'm like making stuff because I'm nocturnal at this point, so I always see it and I get to comment first, and that's a fun feeling. I feel important. And then I like Tabletop Minions. I actually met Adam. It was really cool, and he's a really nice dude. I like the painting phase. I haven't watched him that much recently. My favorite podcast right now has been Astartes Anonymous. I've been watching them a lot. Who else? My favorites. Who else do I watch? I like Voldemort. His narrations are cool. I like a lot of content creators. I like almost all of them, but who else have I been like predominantly watching right now? TM is the coolest guys in the hobby. Yes, he's a very nice dude in person. I said, "Oh my gosh, hi Uncle Adam. I like your channel." And he said, "Oh, thanks." And I was like, "Wow." Who else do I like? I like Poorhammer. They're cool. I like Duncan Rhodes, of course. He literally taught me how to paint, basically. Oh, I like Adeptus Ridiculous. I watched them a lot before. Now I haven't watched them super lately, but they are pretty cool. Dreadon, yeah, he has good memes. Let me think. Is there anyone else? There's a lot of cool creators. I liked Mishmash's video. I think he's here. I'm not just saying this to stroke you. I did like his video on the like thumbnails and stuff. Yeah. That's. Oh, Lunin09. Yeah, I like him. How could I forget him? He's just like so. He's like the 40k creator. So I forgot him. I forgot to mention him. Oh, I also like Auspex Tactics. I haven't watched him in a while because I don't actually play 10th edition that much. Oh, I like Mountainside Tabletop a lot. They have like, honestly, I think they have the best Kill Team battle reports. Speaking of battle reports, I like Slam Sector. He's like kind of my friend, and I like his battle reports. They're really awesome live. I don't know how he does it, but he has like overlays in the live, and really awesome like graphics. So good job him, and well, I guess good job them. There's like 3 of them, but yeah, yeah. There's a lot of 40k creators. I honestly watch almost all of them. Next up, let's see. Goblin D's has another question from the post. Also, on top of my previous questions, it'd be cool to know how you chose your channel's name. Oh, yeah, there's a KrakDuk. And how did I get into 40k? I got into 40k because COVID, and I was getting depressed just playing video games all day, and I was like, I need to do something with my hands. And I watched Cosmonaut Variety Hours, like 40k channel, or 40k video, and I was like, whoa, that's like right up my alley. I love painting, I love making little dudes, I like building stuff, and so I was like, all right. And then I went to the store, I bought some, I think I bought Marines. Yeah, Marines were my first thing I bought. and I painted them. I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. And then I just got like super immersed. It ate my entire life. Okay, next question. What is the strongest? Oh, this is from Ortho Robinson again. What is the strongest thing? Anything is on table that you think you could take on one in a fight from the 40k universe. Categories being no prep, no weapons, and then you have prep, but they have a knife, and both of you have prep time. Okay. I don't even know because I can't take on a guardsman because even though they're like one of the weakest units, they're still like muscly trained child soldiers that kick my ass. Huh. I want to say a grot, but grots are like they're like pathetic, but they're also still somewhat formidable. Like they're small little dudes and they can claw your eyes out. It'd be like fighting a gremlin or something. Um, I don't know. Maybe the God Emperor. I could probably kick his ass, right? If I was like in a 1v1 in the Golden Throne past his bodyguards, if I got the jump on him, he might not be able to blast me. You know, is that a loophole? Just kidding. Oh no, I would never kill the Emperor. I would kill anyone who isn't the Emperor. I couldn't. I don't even think I could beat up a Tau Fire Warrior. Maybe I could beat like a Earthcast. No, Earthcasts are also like pretty hardy. I could beat an Aircast maybe. They're like thin. They have hollow bones. I could break their hollow bones with my giant, ginormo fists, my human fists. A servitor? I don't think I could fight a servitor. They're like half robot. They don't feel pain. They have like giant servo arms. They just fucking kill me. If I had prep time though and a weapon, I could definitely take out a grot, and I could maybe take out maybe I could take out Earth a Tau, but not even everybody in Warhammer is like a trained soldier. Maybe I could take on an Eldar child if I had a flamethrower and some prep time. Take on a tank. Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, that's actually true. No prep time. They don't have a crew. Those idiots. But how would I kill a tank if I don't have prep time? Could I take on a drone? Like, what would I even do? What's the move there? Would I just punch it? Let me draw a drone. That's funny. No, I don't think I could take on a drone. I'm making myself seem like a pussy. But yeah, Eldar child. Yeah, I could definitely take on an Eldar child. I'd kick his ass. And all right. So I think both of us having prep time would be worse. Like, unless I was able to like prep and have like ginormous weapons or something. But yeah, there we go. Next up. Hey, thanks a lot, Plonum. He just said thank you. It's a great experience to see the channel pop. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really surprised with the growth, honestly. I'm really grateful for all the people who've been supporting the channel. And then next up. Trooper. Don't become a reaction streamer. That was actually my plan all along. I'm gonna paste my face in the corner like super small and just watch a video and ha ha giggle every so often. But no, I do really don't like those reaction streamer type content. Could you kill the hive mind? Yeah, I could probably kill the hive mind. The hive mind is kind of a pussy, right? Here's Pedro. I don't know if this actually looks like him. That's what I remember of him. I'll draw Cyphus Kane next. Let me make this smaller. Okay, so I went through all the like posted questions, so I'll take chat questions. Thoughts on Warhammer Fantasy from DJ. I think Warhammer Fantasy is pretty cool. I like their aesthetic. I like the Seraphon. But honestly, I don't really know that much about fantasy, and I've always been more of a sci-fi guy. So, yeah. Next up, you could beat a Rubric Marine. Could I though? What could I do against Ceramite? Even if he's just not doing anything and just standing there, like I would just be punching it for all day, and then he'll break my knuckles. I'll bleed out and die. Next up, let's see. When is the VTuber debut coming out? I don't know. When do you guys want it? What do you think about the Navy? Pretty badass. Airplanes are cool. Well, wait, that's stupid. Boats are cool. Have you read any of the Gaunt's Ghost books? I think I read one of them a while ago. They are really cool. I want to read all of them, but I'm kind of intimidated whenever something's a series, just because like I don't want to get. It's so stupid. I don't want to like get too invested in a series and then it takes all my time. That's why I didn't watch Breaking Bad for the longest time, and it's so stupid because Breaking Bad's like a freaking epic show. But yeah, I would love to read more of them. This is a horrible cane. Okay, let's see. How many points do you have playable? Oh, that's hard. Because I don't really play that much other than Kill Team. Um, Here, you guys can like calculate it for me. I have four Lehman Russes, two Chimeras, a Bane Blade, three Kazarkin squads. I want to say. I think I have about 100 guardsmen. I have a Valkyrie. I have a Wyvern. I have Creed. I have a few command squads, field ordnance batteries, sentinels, and do I have anything else in there? I said a lot, but yeah, that's my points. I also have like a bunch of assorted kill teams in like a quote unquote orc army, but they're like very small. Let's see. What's your opinion on Marines Malevolent? I think they're meanies. I don't like meanies. Like I said, I like nice characters. I could probably beat up a cherub. Wait, that's true. I could beat up a baby so hard. Yeah, I could. I could beat up a cherub. I'd rip his little wings off it and like kick his ass. Okay, some Templar Black. Again, I appreciate you being here, Templar Black. I've seen you here from the start. Hey, what do you like about from 40k lore? I see usually those who consider the lore seriously and think the ambiance, and those who like it but consider it silly by how OP everything is. Honestly, I think it's silly, but it could be serious, you know? I like the silly aspects. I think they're fun, and it wouldn't be the same if it wasn't silly, but it would also not be the same if it wasn't at least a little bit serious. I think stories can be silly but still have like real serious stakes and have serious narratives. And so I think a combination of both of them is really what makes 40k special. Like for example, I think the Horus Heresy is actually like overall it's a legitimately good story, and it does have like a lot of cool themes about humanity and like the follies of man. And but at the same time I like silly shit like I don't know what's a silly thing. I like Obi-Wan, the Inquisitor Obi-Wan, and I also like the insano crazy weapons and like star destroying planet weapons, Blackstone fortresses, stuff like that. I think that's all cool, and I think really the thing that really makes me love 40k is just how silly, but also how it has the capacity for like legit narrations. And then next up, can you draw a Tyranid Pokemon? Yeah, I could draw that next. I think someone said I should draw myself fighting a tank, which would be funny. Alex, Alex, quickly ask him a very obscure question to confuse him. We'll then overtake him and gain control. If you guys wanted to overtake me, you guys should have did it when the stream first started because I was really confused. Next up, let's see. What's a good question? Yeah, Chase. I also have an orc army. Also, I like your kit bashes. Yeah, I think my orcs are cool. I have a ton of boys, but I have no vehicles, so I think I would technically have a. I think I would have a playable army if I just got like a truck or two, but I don't have that, so maybe one day if I decide to stop buying guardsmen. Let's see. Hey, thanks for joining us, Noodle Man. Have fun with your work. Thoughts on Minecraft? I used to really love Minecraft, but then lately I kind of hated it because I get too addicted to it and it takes up all my time, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, I did the same thing I always do. I just freaking play this game, make a base, make a super cool base, in fact, waste a lot of time, and then I'm done with it. And that kind of makes me sad every time. I'm like a caveman. I need to have like a little physical thing to be happy about. That's why I like models, because after I'm finished with it, I can like carry it around the house and like admire it, and that makes me happy. Minecraft, I can't do that. Okay, favorite successor chapter. That's a hard one. Can I say my own homebrew one? I would be biased, and that would be a conflict of interest, but that would be my favorite. I also like the Black Dragons. I think their mutations are cool, especially since like, unless I'm mistaken, they're also nice like salamanders. So I think that's cool. Like they're these horrible, scary monsters, and they like just help people, and they're probably like, oh my god, it's a demon. Polskate Gaming. Why are AdMech the best faction? Because they aren't. AdMech are cool though. Guardsmen are the best faction. Skitari are just Guardsmen knockoffs, guys. But AdMech are pretty cool. I like their tech. I like how they're religious about tech. I always think that's a cool trope in fiction. Let's see. Once you're in the guard, you're in for life. That's true. It's eating my life. Jesse Gamer, how do you feel about ratlings? Sorry, I think I saw this earlier when I was reading the questions, and I was reading the other one. But ratlings are funny. I like the sniper guys. I think they're really cute. I have the two models. I think it's like Rentgen Rask or something from Blackstone Fortress. I think those guys are pretty cool. I actually like the old Ratling models quite a bit. They look a bit silly, but I like that about them. And I think it's funny that they're little hungry fellas, and literally one of them is carrying a mini fridge, which is the coolest shit ever. Next up, love the Armageddon video. When's part 2 dropping? Next week, Monday. Unless something goes horribly wrong, it should drop at Monday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. the normal time. Chase Tosh, have you seen my first question? I don't think I did. Specifically regarding which Chaos God would the Galactic Empire be? I assume you're talking about Star Wars. They're all about order, right? But they're also kind of about rage. No, they're about order. I would say, isn't like Nurgle technically the order one? They wanted stagnation. Maybe Korn though, just because like Darth Vader's like really into rage, but he's not really into honor or anything. That would be more the Jedi who are like honorable and shit. That's a tough one. Zinch doesn't fit because they don't want anything radically changing. I don't think Slanesh fits super well. I'd probably have to say Nurgle, unless I'm just like completely wrong. Let's see. Medici, have you thought about making a video on the age of technology humanity? I find that period very interesting. Just a shame that we don't get much lore regarding it. Yeah, that'd be cool. The problem is, like you said, there isn't that much lore about it, so it might be hard to make a video, but I'd love to see and research it more to see if I can, like, stretch it out to 10-ish, 15-ish minutes. And if so, that'd be a very interesting video, I think. Commissar Yark or Commissar Kane? Okay, I talked about this. I feel like I like Yarrick more, but Kane is really funny and cool. And here he is, right here. Commissar Kane and his little buddy Jurgen. Oh, let me put the stink marks. He's a smelly little fella. Black dragons are kind of derived from salamanders. Yeah, aren't they a successor chapter of the salamanders? During the cursed founding or whatever. Let's see. Also, let me move this. Let me draw myself fighting a tank. Okay, let's see. Would you choose Dorn or Lehman to return as the next Primarch? I think Lehman would be cool, just because, this is my bias speaking. I personally think Lehman's more interesting. That might be a controversial opinion, and I'm not a furry, but I do like Lehman, actually. And I think it would be really interesting to see how the warp, being, hunting down whatever he was hunting, being in the warps, presumably, and, how that changed him, basically. And I've seen a lot of people saying, he should come back as, a wizened knight, or, a wise old warrior or something. I think that'd be very fascinating to see. And Dorn, honestly, I don't really know that much. Excuse me. I don't know that much lore. I mean, Dorn lore, so I don't know what he could do. And Dorn also just got a model, the tank. He's already back, guys. Let's see. What's your favorite Lehman Russ variant? Probably the Demolisher or the standard battle tank. I really love the snub nose design. I think that's cool. In fact, I'll draw that right now. Next up. Let's see. Jesse Gamer. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think they're Finecast, right? I actually like those models. A lot of people say they look stupid and silly, but I like them. Darth Vader as a Space Marine would be wild. Yeah, he'd be basically a psyker. I think he'd be less durable, but he would probably be on par speed wise, at least based on the extended canon. In the movies, he would be hella slow. But Admech should be more technological abominations rather than steampunk. Yeah, they kind of are. I think it'd be cool if they leaned into that. I think they should add Dark Mechanicus and super lean into that aesthetic. I think that would work out very well. But yeah, I have the stink lines on Jurgen Goblin D's. Check them. Look at that. Next up. Wait, Slanesh is the Chaos God of Femboys? I mean, aren't the World Eaters like the Femboy Space Marine chapter? Next up. Big M, how long does it take you to make a video start to finish? I don't know like the exact like time frame hour wise, but like it usually takes like 2 to 3 like days where I just like work all day, and that's honestly like the limiting factor for me. I have a lot of video ideas and I really want to pump them out, but realistically, I can't make more than one a week, which kind of sucks, but you know that's just the way it is. And then Angred about to get his red ass kicked by Gaz because he killed his favorite toy. I always see that, and I feel sad, but I think Gaz would get his ass handed to him if he fought the Demon Primarch, at least in his current state. Like, he got killed by frickin' Ragnar, which is just a normal Marine. I know he's stronger now, but I think he has some growth to do. It would be cool to see a training montage, though. So, we'll see. Next up. Would you rather be a Plague Marine or locked in a room with 10 Demonettes? Ooh. I mean, the Plague Marines don't, like, really recognize, or they don't really feel like they're disgusting abominations. They kind of just, like, oh, cool. I love him. Versus the Demonettes, they would, like, torture me and kill me. So, probably they'd be a Plague Marine. Tank, 1v1, no items, final destination only. Yeah. Final destination? Is that a Smash reference, the flat stage? I might be wrong. I want the freaking Warhammer fighting game. I said that in my video, but I need it. I freaking need it, even if I suck at fighting games. Next up. Favorite Dreadnought variant. I don't really know the names for the variants, but I like the one with, like, the gun arms, because I think it's funny to see, like, this guy with, like, two stubby gun arms. Even though the Power Claw is cool, but... oh, the Leviathan Dreadnought's cool. I like that. But I also like the Box Dreadnoughts more. Okay, let's see. What do you think about Gundam coming to 40K? That'd be pretty cool. I personally don't like what's it called? I don't like official crossovers. I feel, you know what I mean, like where they're actually in the story. But as like a one-off, like silly thing, that'd be cool. Aren't Gundams like actually insane though, like lore-wise? I don't really know Gundam that much, but I've heard that they're actually like super OP. So that would be cool. Next up. Darth Vader as a Blood Angels librarian would be sick. Yeah, he would be sick as a librarian. I think Major Kill had like a cool Darth Vader versus Space Marine video. That was a really cool animation. Can you draw the old Noise Marine? I did draw the old Noise Marine. Maybe not the right version, but he was in my video game one. If you want to see that. Let's see. Favorite video game from Otto. This is tough. I'll say my top three, and I like them for different reasons. But I like Risk of Rain 2. I like that one because that's like one of the only games I can consistently go back to and have a good time. Usually when I'm done with a game, I'm just like done with it and I can't go back. I can't bring myself to do it. And that goes right into the next game, which would be Red Dead Redemption. I could never play Red Dead Redemption again. I think it's just like, once I know the story, it's like, whatever. I know the story, cool. And then Halo. I love Halo. I don't know which Halo, but one of them would be that. Next. I thought Plague Marines weren't depressed. I thought they were happy as long as they were like close to Nurgle. I might be wrong. I may just not know Chaos lore as much as other stuff. But yeah, which one has a better chance to happen? Lion becomes bald from old age, or Gilliman gets gray-haired from stress? Probably Gilliman gets gray-haired. I think the lion's done aging. Well, it's been like 10,000 years, right? And the lion, like, he only looks a little bit older. And Gilliman has, like, he's been pretty stressed. That's a good question. I like that one. Okay. Next up. Gotta start getting ready to head off to work. Hey, have a good time at work. I hope it's not too bad. But thanks, I appreciate it. I'm very happy with the growth so far. Sororitas is a really badass army. Do you think the Emperor was created by humans during the Dark Age of technology? No, he was made when like all the shamans like fucking sacrificed themselves and turned into a Mega Psyker. And that was like long before the Dark Age of technology. And be a dreadnought or be sacrificed for the Emperor. I don't know, being a dreadnought would be pretty badass, but it also kind of suck ass because it's like you're stuck in this box and you're like, where's my body? Also, I would lose some cool things, if you know what I mean. Just kidding. But I don't know. I mean, being sacrificed to the Emperor, I would just be dead, and then my soul would be like floating around with him. Probably be a dreadnought just for the cool factor. I get a flamethrower. No, for real, you get put in the dreadnought and you don't have arms, you just have two freaking flamethrowers. It's like, no! Tempestus Science Helldivers game. Yes, that would be super cool. That's what I want. Um, let's see. Just play Tau and proxy everything as Gundams. Yeah, you could do that. Tau, fun fact, Tau was almost the first faction I bought because I read about their lore about how they have like auxiliaries and stuff. But oh hey, see ya, Big M. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, Tau. I thought that they were auxiliary faction. I was like, oh, it's a 40k. It's a 40k Covenant, which is freaking awesome. I love that. And then I realized like, oh no, it's just like Tau Gundam. I mean 40k Gundam, which isn't bad per se. It's just not what I wanted from them. So I was kind of disappointed by that. Um, Next question: how can the Cadians be your favorite from the Guard, Imperial Guard, when the one and only Tanith Regiment exists? Because the Tanith are overrated plot armor Mary Sues, of course. No, I actually do think the Tanith are cool. I just like Cadians because, one, I think like them being versatile and having like more modern tactics is an interesting thing, and it's like cool to have a faction that's like, like smarter than the rest, kind of in terms of that. And also, I like their aesthetic. That's the reason I got into them at first. And I do genuinely think that Cadians have interesting lore. If they weren't like the poster boys, I think a lot more people would like them than like versus like not like him just because they're the number one. Now, have you seen the fan animation? Yeah, by Flash Gits, right? I watched that a while ago. That one's pretty funny. I need some money, Arthur. I got a plan. Yeah, I love Red Dead. Let's see. No, Halo Reach is wonderful. That might be my favorite one. Noble Six is so cool, and that story was awesome. I never played a game before where your main character like just straight up dies. So that was really cool to see. What should I draw next, guys? Redemptor Dreadnoughts aren't bad since they burn out faster. Yeah, that's true. Although maybe the burnout is like really painful. Who knows? You never know with 40k. Hold on, I'm gonna pop over a Mountain Dew Baja Blast and get really gamer right now. Did you guys hear the crisp crunch of that Mountain Dew Baja Blast? Okay, let's see. Do you like Necrons? Yeah, I like Necrons. They aren't like my favorite faction, but they are pretty cool. Dreadnought with a mustache. Okay, I like that. Yeah, but Necrons are cool. I like Trazen. I like the Silent King. They're pretty cool. I think they have some cool lore. They have a cool aesthetic. Hey, see ya, Paul. Thanks for joining. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Cadians have the same problem as Ultramarines. Yes, exactly. I think Cadians are like legitimately really cool. I think Ultramarines are legitimately really cool. It's just that they're the poster boys, and like a lot of people, and I don't blame them. They just like they don't want to play the poster boy main faction. They really hate him because they ain't him, guys. Cadian and Ultramarine fans, rise up. We're the coolest. I'm just drawing these all from memory. I don't even know if this is right. Next up. Does anyone here got spare Orc or Chaos bits? Yep. Personally, I don't like the color of the fatigues on the GW models. Yeah, I don't either. That's why I made my homebrew one. I have like olive green fatigues with like tealish flak armor, and I think that looks pretty wicked. I'm biased, of course. I did like the older scheme where the tan was a bit darker. I think the new ones are like too light. It's weird. Can you try a 40k armor versus Spartan armor mix? Oh, like draw that? That would be pretty cool. I'll draw that next. Let me draw this Dreadnought with a mustache. Okay, let's see. Just wanted to give you some love for making some solid content, new 40k fan here, and your videos are a good entry point. Hey, thanks a lot, Archie. Yeah, the main intention with this channel was I wanted to make something that was accessible for beginners and also entertaining for like veterans of the hobby. And so I liked my videos to be, they don't cover everything. Nothing could ever I don't think a video could ever cover all the book stuff, all the expansive lore. But I like to try to aim to cover just enough to make like a newcomer interested in it. They see like, oh, that's a cool event. And then if they really want to, they could expand into more books and like learn deeper. Because I think those videos were honestly invaluable to me when I was first starting. Like, I would watch all these 10-minute lore breakdowns, and I'd be like, okay, that's what I like. This is what I want. This is what the models I want. And honestly, without those, I would be like, I would just have an army I don't want, and I might have got burnt out of the hobby. And so, yeah, that's really the intention with the channel. Let's see. Draw you with Baja Blast. Okay, I'll draw that. How do you feel about custom model slash terrain? I think they're cool. I personally prefer the GW style. I think honestly they do make the best tabletop minis, but there are a ton of cool third-party options. I specifically really like Victoria Miniatures. She has some really awesome sculpts. I think she's honestly my favorite third party. I think her style's really great. It's kind of like everything I like in a model. But terrain, I almost only get custom terrain now because I either build my own or buy third party because the GW terrain, it's beautiful but it's super expensive, like prohibitively so. And so I'd rather just buy a GW model than a terrain kit because honestly, like ruins are ruins, but like a guardsman looks different from like third party guardsmen, you know. Let's see. That's definitely a reason for it, but 40k is built too much for Space Marines. Yeah, I agree. I in a perfect world, every faction would get like equal representation, but honestly, like they don't, and it's just because Space Marines really are the most popular. They sell the best, and it makes sense. Like they're the human. They're basically humans. They're super soldiers. Everyone wants to be a super soldier. They have like mass appeal, and there's like a ton of them. Also, like from a business perspective, it makes sense. You could have like 100 different factions with the same exact models. Just you paint it and then you make the people make it themselves. You know. So yeah, it totally makes sense. I do wish other factions would get more. Have you ever seen the live action cutscenes from the old 40k Liberation video game? No, I should check that out. That sounds really cool. It would be cool to see you do a collab with Dread Anon. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm down for any collabs. Just I don't know how to go about them, so I don't know. But I actually am working on a collab. I don't know if this is a secret, but I'll break it. Just don't tell anybody, guys. Shh. But I am gonna collab with Astartes Anonymous coming up soon. So that'll be really interesting to see. I hope everybody likes that. I hope they like me and have me on the show more. I think they're pretty cool. Dude, Robot Gorilla Man is my absolute favorite Primarch, specifically the bits about his mom and dad. Yeah, I think Robude is honestly one of the most interesting Primarchs. I think his plight in the current setting is really interesting, as well as his characterization in the Heresy. I just think, I know a lot of people say, oh, Gilliman's like noble bright. I don't like that. It ruins this grimdark. But honestly, like, isn't it more grimdark to have somebody who does have like really good intentions? They want to fix the world, but they know they're like pretty much hopeless in doing it. Like that to me is the most grimdark. Knowing like having so much power but never being able to really exact like real change. That's super grimdark and really like sad and grim for Gilliman. Like he's basically the like son of God, basically. He has this power. He's seen what his whole family, his father, himself, they like died and worked for this, and it just completely went to shit. And he's in the his worst nightmare. That's just such a cool character to me. And let's see, Templar Black. Have you ever designed your own original Imperial Guard regiment? I like original uniform and story. I have designed my own regiment. They are based on Cadians, so they don't really have an original uniform per se. It's just like stuff added to the Cadian uniform, but they do have their own story. Do you guys want me to like do a little blurb about them? I don't want that to like derail the stream. Everybody comment if you want me to talk about my homebrew for like 5 minutes or so. But yeah, I honestly writing homebrews is one of my favorite parts of 40k, and I have homebrew Space Marines, I have homebrew Imperial Guard. All my factions are homebrew except for my Tyranids and Orcs, I think. Even my Orcs are pretty much homebrew. Yeah, okay. I'm getting a lot of yeses. I'll talk about the homebrew real quick. So the basis of it is they're set on this planet, and it's an aquatic planet. It has one super continent in the middle of it, basically. Well, I mean, it's a planet. Middle is relative. But it has a supercontinent, and the Imperials have complete control of the supercontinent. However, there's like a bunch of chaos demons in the oceans, as well as orc pirates and other Xenos. So they always attack the Imperial mainland because they want to take control of the planet. And so the Imperials, they really just have to make hazards along the coasts. And so they heavily fortify these hazards so that the like demon incursions and shit can't come into the mainland. And along with the Khazars, they also have some Valkyrie drop teams with like Khazarkin into them, just in case somebody goes through and they're able to just blast them out of existence. And so I kind of stole this lore from Pacific Rim, but like there's like warp, whatever you call like warp rifts in the depths of the ocean, and the chaos demons crawl out of the ocean and they attack the Imperial lands. And then there's orc pirate fleets. There's like giant Tau battle suits because I had to have Pacific Rim. What else? My Imperial Guard regiment. They're called the Shadows of the Abyss. They have the color scheme I have for my character. They specialize in defense and like airdrops. I'm trying to think of any other fascinating things. Oh, one like fun little lore quirk I made for them is like they're specifically resistant to chaos more so than other ones, just because they think that the demons they fight are like sea monsters. And this was really spurred on because I was building the bloodletters, and I'm like, these guys have fins. So I was like, okay. So they think bloodletters are, they call them green spines in my lore, and they think bloodletters are just like some kind of ocean monster. And then they think Slanesh demons are sirens. They think that the Tzeentch horrors are like squid monsters, and the plague bearers are like the bloated corpses of like lost sailors. And so I think that's pretty cool. I really like aquatic shit. I know about the Dark Krakens. I like them. Yeah, yeah, kind of like them. Just guard, I suppose. Okay, let's see. Will you make fantasy lore videos? Honestly, I don't really know that much about fantasy, and I've always been more of a sci-fi kind of guy, so I'll probably stick to 40k. I might make fantasy stuff in the future. I'm not sure. It's the whole you cannot have true hope, despair without true hope. Yeah, 100%. I think if the world is just like a bunch of angry assholes all the time, it's like, okay, yeah, they're technically sad, but they all like take pleasure in killing and being a jerk to each other, you know? Isn't Old Tau kind of like Robot Gilliman? Yeah, and I think that's why I like the Old Tau lore more before they're more overtly grimdark. Like, having small, grim things is more interesting to me than having, like, just being straight up grimdark again. At least for the Tau. Let's see. Tyranids would have been better for the sea. So Tyranids, kinda, but the thing with the Chaos models, if you look at them, they have a ton of like aquatic features. Like there's obviously the tentacles. The bloodletters have like squid-looking heads. They have literal fins, and then the Slanesh demonettes, like they perfectly fit the lore of like a siren. And then, like I said, the plague bearers, I think they kind of look like bloated bodies. Well, I mean, they are bloated bodies, and that kind of fits for like a drowned person. I don't know if you guys ever saw a drowned person. Don't look it up; it's gross. But like, yeah, they are like bloated and disgusting, you know. And so, and also, I just think chaos is more. I prefer them as a opposing force than Tyranids. I like factions where you can kind of like build a personality and lore for them. And for the Tyranids, I feel a bit restrictive just because of the whole hive mind aspect. But they do. There was in my homebrew lore, there was an event where they fought some Tyranids, and then they had to exterminate the planet, and it was like a very beautiful planet, so it was kind of a tragic event. Very basic stuff. Any tips for painting? Honestly, just keep at it. I've always said like painting's easier than people make it seem. Another tip: don't compare yourself to others. It's hard to give tips without like knowing your situation. I kind of have to, like, what are you painting, this and that. But honestly, like, doing the heavy metal style, I think it looks really cool. It's the best style for tabletop. And it's honestly, like, easy to learn, hard to master. So if you just watch videos, and it basically comes down to get a clean base coat, learn how to thin your paints, do a chunky highlight, do a thin highlight, do some spot highlights, and then you're done, and it looks really great. And I honestly think anyone can do this. This is kind of a Ratatouille. Anybody can cook. Anybody can paint. But yeah, I think the heavy metal style is very accessible. And then, honestly, first thing first, learn how to thin your paints. I know everyone says that, but it is true. Okay, let's see. Looks at bloodletter without a single drop of water. Wait, what? That's a weird fish. I mean, that's kind of true, though. Like, if you saw this guy with fins, like, why does he have frickin' fins? Here, I have a bloodletter right next to me. Where is he? Here he is. Look, I picked up a random one. He literally has, like... Here, wait, let me just draw it real quick. Literally, it looks like that. That's, like... You could say they're spikes, but they're all connected in, like, a fin-like way. To me, they look like fins. Maybe I'm stupid. Okay, let's see. Next up. Um, Imperial Guard Regiment versus 10 million tangerines. Who wins? Um, this might be controversial, but I'm gonna have to give it to the guard, the good old guard. Yeah, they're pretty tough. All right, next. In your opinion, did Magnus do nothing wrong? No, I talked about this earlier. He did do something wrong. He did the most important thing wrong, and there's no debating it. I understand the sentiment behind it, but yeah, he did do something wrong. Favorite Space Marine chapter and why? I covered that as well. I said the salamanders. I like green, and I also like when people are nice to each other, which is stupid for 40k, but that's just me. Dark Tide. Do they come from a water world? I might have missed that, but that is pretty cool. Yeah. Also, another thing, the Kazakh in their helmets, it kind of looks like scuba gear almost, which is kind of cute. So I was like, yeah, that fits the aquatic theme. Also, I'm kind of like, I think the ocean's so fascinating and it's really scary too. So it's like, I like to base my lore around that. I think it's really cool. You don't really hear about too much water stuff. I know the Space Wolves did a little water battle, and the Dark Krakens, they do water shit. But yeah, I think the water's pretty epic. I'm looking at a drowned person. You can't stop me. I mean, yeah, I can't stop you. It's a bit gross, but yeah. Talk about your homebrew Space Marines. Yeah, I'll talk about them real quick. So they're called the Abyssal Drakes. Um, it started, so they went to the planet that I talked about earlier to help out the PDF. They got stranded, and then they almost got wiped out by a giant orc waw. But then another chap. Well, they used to be called the Void Wing. They're a Raven Guard successor. They used to be called the Void Wing. I spelled void. Oh my god, I cannot spell. Holy shit. Hold on, sorry. They're called the Void Wing. They almost got wiped out, so they had to resort to guerrilla tactics. And then another chapter came in, the Infernal Drakes, and they helped them out. And they helped defeat the Orc Wall. However, in the process, the Infernal Drakes were almost completely wiped out. So then the Void Wing, they rebranded as the Abyssal Drakes in order to, like, one, honor the Infernal Drakes, as well as honoring the planet, like, that they really felt like they were forged on. They really connected with the guardsmen there. They realized how invaluable they were. They learned new tactics. It really shaped their chapter. So they were like, we need to honor both the planet and our fallen brothers. So they became the Abyssal Drakes. The Abyss was like in a reference to like the vast oceans and stuff. And now they fight very closely with my guard regiment. They defend the planet. They're almost always stranded on the planet. I think for my homebrew, I made it so then it's smaller scale than most things. However, I think it's easier to write stories with stakes when it's like just one planet, which I kind of stole that from Sigmar, where it's only one planet and you get to know like, oh, the city fell. They're making their way here. I think that's really interesting and more fun to write stories for than like a galactic conflict. I do like the galactic conflict, don't get me wrong, but for my own homebrew lore, I made it so then they're like localized on one planet. And so yeah, they just defend their oceans and they help out the shadows of the abyss. Next up. Let's see. Nurgle, does you fat just look at typhus? I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, they're pretty fat. Why do you hate Votan so much? I don't hate them. It's just that one, I don't like their aesthetic, and two, they just don't have any lore, so there's not much to like about them, I feel. But like literally, I don't like their redesign. I like the old squats more when they had more of a biker aesthetic. I think the new ones, the NASA core thing is kind of cool. But literally, they look like eggs. Like, this is a Votan right here. He looks like a frickin' egg. And it's, I don't know. I don't like the Among Us egg look. Next up. What do you think about contrast painting on metal? It looks cool. It's a good way to get, like, a tinted look. I've seen people contrast paint some, like, blue on their Grey Knights to get that, like, blue steel look. I think that looks really cool. I use, what is it called? Let me grab it. Aethermatic Blue. I use that for power swords and plasma weapons quite a bit. I think it's a really good tool. I don't really use contrast paint in the way that GW tells you to, though. But yeah, when are we gonna see some Grey Knight stuff? They're my boys, and I know you can make that baby carrier look awesome. I'd love to talk about the Grey Knights. I talked about them briefly in the Armageddon video, but yeah, I'd love to do a dedicated video to them. I do like the Dread Knight. I think it's a funny, silly little one. But yeah, I'd be willing to do that. Also, thank you for supporting the channel since the beginning, Pulsegate. Pulsegate has a pretty cool channel about 3D printing usually, and he's been supporting my channel for quite a while now. Okay, let's see. What's your special and heavy weapon choice for Imperial Guard? I'm super partial to plasma guns. I've always loved the plasma guns. I think they look cool. It's fun to paint the glow. And then for heavy weapons, I'm torn between the autocannon and the las cannon. I really like the aesthetic of the autocannon. I also like shooty explosive, or not. I don't think it's explosive, but like shooty big caliber weapons. And the las cannon is just freaking cool. It's a giant las gun. Basically, it destroys everything. When can I get stickers? I actually am working on a stickers and a merch store as we speak. I want to make it a cool design, not just like, oh, here's my logo on a T-shirt, you know. So I am trying to make some like dedicated merch designs. But the stickers, yeah, I'm trying to figure out which characters I should put in stickers, and I'll put that up soon. So stay tuned for that. The irony of the internet is that the Magnus did nothing wrong is clearly displayed as his weakness, as that is what he believes. Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, Magnus's true weakness is like his hubris, and like I saw a really good analogy one time where they're saying like to Magnus, it was justified because sometimes if you break a rule to like save a bunch of people, it's good. But then no, the analogy was you see like a kid drowning in a pool in an orphanage, and then but the fence says do not climb or do not trespass, and so Magnus was like, okay, I'll trespass to save that drowning kid, but in the process he set off the security systems and exploded the orphanage. And that's pretty much true. Like that's what happened. And so, and like the fact that he like insists he did nothing wrong is like another thing, or at least his fans do. But like, yeah, that's like goes into his like main folly as a character, which is really interesting. Thoughts on John Blanche's art? I think it's freaking awesome. I love it so much. I think it's a lot cooler than like the art now. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the art's pretty cool now, but it is like it falls into that like more sterilized, clean style, you know, versus like the gritty, grungy John Blanche art. I really like grungy shit, you know. And then I actually have Waterworlds featured as a main setting in 40K before. I don't know about a main setting. I have seen like Waterworlds in like codices and stuff. I think the Space Hulks actually fought on a Waterworld at one point. Would you rather live on Fenris or Ball? Probably Fenris. But isn't it like wait? Isn't Ball like a desert world? I live in a desert right now and it's kind of miserable. So if it was like 10 times as bad, it's right now it's 100 degrees outside where I'm at. Bad. And if it was worse, like, because is Ball a desert world? I may be wrong, but if it is, I would pick Fenris probably. I prefer the cold over the hot, even if it's like death cold. Okay. Next up, hi Crack. Hi Sergeant. Draw a Trader Guard in your style. Okay. Check it. This is a little animation trick I like to call reusing art. Wait, they don't have a circle. There's my Trader Guard drinking a delicious Baja Blast. Next up, I too hate short people. Yeah, fuck them. Any shorties in chat, get out of here. You're banned from the channel. Just kidding. I'm kind of short IRL. I mean, no, I'm average height, but like compared to all my friends, they're all super tall, which makes me feel short. Which lore you personally find most cringe and hate-inducing? I think when things are like overly grim dark just for the sake of it, like with no narrative purpose, I think that's kind of cringe. Or at least when people like insist it is. Like the grim derp territory where it's like, oh, isn't it bad that they eat babies and stomp on babies? That's pretty bad. I think that's cringe. I think grimdark is better when it's like, I don't know, more, I want to say grounded, but not even grounded, but like it's just like it's more interesting when it's like not just, oh, isn't this terrible? Like the debunculable blood, that's kind of cringe, but I could almost see where they're going with it, but that does almost fall into grimdark territory for me. I don't know. Hey man, congrats on 10K. Thanks a lot, Jad. I'm really appreciative of all my subs and supporters who got me to 10K. I couldn't have done it without you guys, literally. Can I draw Robute Gilman or a rowboat? Yeah, sure. Let me turn these off. Okay, let's see. Hey, Incron from Darktide is a water world with hive islands. Yeah, I remember I made my Darktide character. He's from a water world. He's an algae farmer. That's another thing for my homebrew. They have algae farms. Next up, I am. Oh, Nurgle makes you look fat. Yeah, yeah, like bloat you up. Okay, let's see. I hope they write some lore about Rubute meeting Lion and then having some really awkward conversation. If they don't write lore about Rubute, like meeting the Lion, like that would be a huge missed opportunity. I can't imagine them doing that. Like not doing that, I mean. How did I get into 40K? So this I talked about this earlier a bit, but I got into 40K because it was COVID and I was getting depressed just playing video games all day. And then I watched a Cosmonaut Variety Hour 40K video, or why you should do it, and I was like, you know what, Marcus? I think I should do that. And it's really up my alley. Like I love painting things, I love building things, and 40K is all that shit. And so then I told my friend, I was like, hey, let's go buy some miniatures. And he was like, what? And I'm like, let's go to the store and buy some miniatures. And one of my friends was like, that's some nerdy shit. But my other friend was really cool and supportive, and I still play Kill Team with him. He's my bestie. Um, let's see. Nuns with guns. Yes, I like Sisters of Battle. Do you play Kill Team at all? Yes. Kill Team is my favorite game. I play that almost exclusively. Um I played the Vet Guard and Kazarkin usually, but I do have almost every team at this point, and I think it's a really cool game. It's honestly my favorite one. I think it's the best rule set GW has ever written. Um and I hope that when they make a new season, they don't like kill what's already there, because honestly, right now I think it's almost perfect. So I'd hate to see it getting different. Let's see. Um, have you read the Fabius Bile trilogy? No, I haven't. To be honest, usually the lore I read is mostly Imperial, just because they're my favorite, and I don't have like a lot of time to like read everything. I wish I did, but I usually have to pick and choose. But Fabius Bile is pretty interesting. I know about him. Favorite named Imperial Guard character. I really like Creed, Yarick, and Kane. Those are some big chancers, but um, yeah, one of those guys probably. Colonel Schaefer's pretty cool. Of the last chancers, I like him. What do you think of the Blood Pact? Okay, wait, I'm blanking right now. I'm exposing myself as a fake fan. Isn't that that's a Chaos Guard regiment, right? Sorry, okay, I'm bad. The Mechanicus voice isn't that bad once you're used to it. Yeah, that's what my friends say. That's what they said in high school. They all made fun of me for being a robot. They called me Toaster Boy. But you know what? They got used to it, and now they love me. Um, Give him frowning eyebrows. Yep, I like the frowning eyebrows of. I like that eyebrow look of Space Marines. I also like the yelling mouth. Ball is like wasteland. Yeah, I'd hate to live at Ball. I live in Nevada. Nevada's a wasteland. Yeah, I agree, Tashi. What's the tastiest paint in your opinion? I'm not a dirty paint licker. I think that's gross. But if I had to pick one, I do think Aethermatic Blue looks pretty lovely. It has a nice viscosity as well. Um, where do you start reading the books? I'd honestly recommend you read the codex of your chosen faction. There's a lot of like lore blurbs, and then from there you could pick like which events you think are coolest, and then kind of just like look for the books for that. Or alternatively, you could like, this is a shameless plug. You can watch a lore video, mine or otherwise, and then you can figure out which is your favorite like lore events, and then pick up the book for it. I know a lot of people like Gaunt's Ghost. I think that's one of the most iconic series. I like Commissar Kane, but that kind of Commissar Kane's funny because it's not really like other 40K books, and it's not indicative of like most of them because it's more humor based, of course. A lot of people recommend starting with Infinite and Divine. I think that's a good recommendation as well. Um, Next up, yeah, the Grey Knights bathing in the sister's blood. Yeah, that was stupid. I think that was cringe. Grey Knights do a lot of cringe thing, which sucks because they are cool, but they are kind of cringe sometimes. If Pulsegate's still watching, sorry for dissing your faction. I hope they write some lore about Robute meeting. Oh yeah, we read that one. What's my favorite guard tank? It has to be the Baneblade or the Rust. I think the Baneblade just because it's like it's the big one. When I got a Baneblade, it was like honestly one of my favorite hobby experiences, building and painting it. It looks freaking awesome with like the 4 sponsons. It has, I think, well, it usually has 11 barrels of hell, but I think mine has 13 barrels of hell because it has the extra sponsons. How old are you, bruvs? I'm early 20s. Should I say my actual age? I don't know, but early 20s. I'm a little baby, but also I feel like an old man every day, which kind of sucks. I think Robute might just start crying when he sees his brother. Brother, please help me. I don't know any of these people, and they're all insane. Yeah, pretty much. He woke up and he's like, "What the fuck? Everybody's stupid." It's probably like Idiocracy. He woke up and he's like, "Why is everybody so fucking stupid?" Robute and Idiocracy. Can somebody edit Idiocracy? Just put Robute's helmet on the main character the whole time. That would be super cool. um, Next up, how fast do you think a marine could paddle a kayak? Pretty damn fast, I would imagine. The problem is, I don't think the kayak would float with their giant heavy armor in it. Have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? No, I haven't. I actually haven't watched a lot of animes. I've only seen three, I think. The three I watched are really cool, so maybe eventually. But honestly, anime I'm kind of intimidated by just because a lot of them run for so long. And like I said earlier, whenever a series is like super long, I kind of don't want to read it just because it's like, I don't want to get super invested and waste my time. But it's not a waste of time if you enjoy it, you know. Have you tried audiobooks? Yes, I like audiobooks. I listen to them while I work usually, either that or podcasts. I think they are invaluable. I wish Audible would sponsor me so I could get it for free. I'm about to finish my custom Space Marines 1,000 point army with Invader ATV. It'll be the first vehicle that I painted. Nice, man. That's awesome. I love making custom Space Marine chapters. A lot of people hate the Invader, but I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of cool. Mark 7 is the best, 100%. I can't believe they got rid of this freaking awesome iconic helmet and replaced it with like a more generic sci-fi one. It makes me so mad. This is the worst drawn helmet ever. But look how cool this looks. That's the coolest shit ever. And like this is cool, but it's not the Mark 7. I drew this like a chaos one. I'm a bad artist. Sorry, guys. Next up, I'm about to finish my. Oh, I read that. Which car brand would Gilliman choose for his daily convenience? He would 100% buy like a Civic or something practical like that. You know, he's like, oh, Civics last long. The Japanese know how to make cars. Have you read Kingmaker? No, I haven't. Sorry. Maybe in the future. Kane is a bro. Yep, he is. Honestly, prefer the Primaris helmets more than the older ones. That's fair. It is 100% up to personal preference, but I feel like it's almost like objectively true that the Mark 7 is more iconic. I do actually like the Primaris helmet, which is based on the Mark 4, I believe. I think that looked cool, like in squads, but as like a one-off type of thing, you know. Um, I gotta head out. Hey, thanks a lot, Pulsegate. It was good seeing you here. Blood Plaque or Chaos Guard faction? Yeah, the Chaos Guard. Perfect. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. Oh wait, yeah, they're duh. Antagonist of Gaunt's Ghost. Yeah, I think I only read one Gaunt's Ghost book and it was a while ago, so I kind of forgot. My brain is small. When I read books, I usually skim them, which is stupid, but like, that leads me to forgetting some things. Lehman Russ and Rogel Dorn are like 5'11" versus 6. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they have that energy. The Grey Knights lore is just like Ultramarine lore. They're perfect despite doing stupid stuff. Yeah, totally. I think it's also kind of stupid. It's like cool in theory, but it's kind of stupid that Caldor Drago's just like in the war perpetually, isn't he? I might be wrong on that, but yeah, that kind of sucks. Actually, Dragon, that is something that my like homebrew lore has. The Bane blades that my guard uses, they're like modified to be amphibious. So they do like hop out of the water and people like refer to them as like sea serpents and sea monsters. And it's I just thought that would be so freaking wicked cool to see a Bane blade just smashing out of the water. Let me draw that. But yes, that is basically what my lore is like. It's just a bunch of water shit. What's your favorite 40k game? Do you mean video games or like tabletop? For tabletop, it would be 100% Kill Team, and then for video games, it's probably Space Marine. I would say that one's really cool. Have you watched Hammer and Bolter? Yeah, I did, and a lot of people pointed that out on my TV show pitches. Like 40k already has an anthology series, but honestly, I was really disappointed with it. I feel like I wish they allocated more budget to it, just so it's not like a slideshow. Some scenes were really cool. It's just like, if they just tried a little bit harder, it would have been so freaking cool. And that was kind of disappointing to me. But yeah. Next up, what's your favorite Imperial Assassin temple? I like the Vindicare and the Eversor. I'd say. I think those are both cool. I like the look of the Vindicare because again I'm basic. I think he looks funny. I mean, he looks cool, like with this giant ass sniper. Have you watched the Berserk anime? No, I haven't watched that much anime. The only anime, oh, see ya, Otto. The only anime I've seen was Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, and I'm blanking on. Oh, One Punch Man. I also saw a few anime movies. I saw Akira. I thought they were all really cool. I just haven't like had that much time and stuff like that. Let's see. Votes any more love, damn it. Yeah, I agree. I would like them a lot more if they had more lore. It's just that they have no lore, which kind of sucks. Oh man, I forgot what a Baneblade looks like. How cringe. But yeah, if they had more lore, I would like them more. Next up, like KrakDuk. Rah, let's go. Yes, let's go indeed. What if Cyphus Kane was in the Battle of Armageddon? He'd solo Angron, that's for sure. Draw a Necrod Scarab under the boat. Okay. Like for the rowboat Gilliman one. Let's see. I need to remember what the scarabs look like. Hi, I'm a scarab. That's how I imagine they would talk. Which mic do you use? I believe it's called a Fifine AM8. I'm looking to upgrade it eventually because I know some people have had issues with my audio, and so that's the number one update I want to do. Like when I start investing in the channel, when like I have more like means to invest. And Tashi, I love the Beakies helmet, 100%. I love the frickin' I love Beakies. They're my second favorite helmet type. Gaunt's Ghost audiobooks are pretty good. All right, cool. I'll check those ones out. I've been wanting to get on the series. Hey, see ya, Two Fort. Thanks for joining us. W Baneblade, true. I love the Baneblade. It's the coolest shit ever. My Baneblade, like I bring it around. I bring it to the kitchen table, which is so freaking nerdy, and I look at it while I eat. What is it? Frick. Damn it. Okay. Let's see. Can you draw a marine with your chapter colors? So, in the frick, what was it? Oh, in the 5 old models I liked. I did have a marine in my chapter colors. It was the Devastator. My marine colors are basically the same as my guard colors, because they like work very closely together, and also I was like, oh, it's kind of like camo. If they're in the water, they would want like dark greenish blues. I don't know if that's actually how like water camo is, but yeah. So let's see. What's your opinion of the socio-economic status of the Orc Empire? I think there's not enough teeth. We need to get more teeth. The Death Guard Hammer and Bolter was goated. I don't think I saw that one. I think I stopped my Warhammer Plus subscription when that came out. I had to have. I've seen the Yarick one, the Guard Tyrannid one, the Trazyn one with the Terminators, but the other one I didn't see that. Let's see. Kill Team is my go-to now. Yeah, I love Kill Team. What team do you play? I really love the Vet Guard and the Catherkin. I also really like the Chaos Legionaries. This doesn't even look like a Baneblade, but it's a big fuck off tank. They have like 2 little antennae. Next up, I subbed because of your Fall Acadia video, and I also liked your Armageddon Part 1 video. Are there plans for more bite-sized lore videos? Yes, 100%. Thanks for the sub, first off, and also I do plan to try to cover every like big lore event. Generally, I want to do one lore video and then one like opinion discussion, more fun, silly topic video, and like alternate those. But there's a ton on my schedule, so just kind of whatever I feel like making at this point, to be honest. Hey, see ya, Don't Get Luck. Yeah, you should sleep. My sleep schedule's been bad. Tashi, if a Warhammer animated show had the same style of the Dominus and Leviathan trailers, it would be nice. Yeah, those are cool, and also the Prize Nexus show, or was it a show? Yeah, yeah, the show. That was a really cool one actually. I love Sakan. I love the sister. It was a good series. I wish they would make more. Um, where am I at? Chainsword, Power Sword, Power Fist. I would have to go with Power Fist. I love the Power Fist. It's a stupid weapon. In real life, it would be the dumbest thing ever, but I just love it and it looks freaking cool. Do you draw with a mouse or with a drawing tablet? I draw on my iPad. Yeah. What if Games Workshop added a battle pass? I mean, isn't the isn't the Imperium magazine almost a battle pass? But yeah, that would be horrible. I would hate that. Um, Rubrix Raptor did a video on the 40k borrowed trauma mod, and it made me realize that the spaceship spontaneously turning into submarines and flying through space water. Wait, space and water in the warp is lore I desperately need. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Spaceships would not be suited for water, but yeah, in theory it's really cool. But I just remember the Futurama episode where he's like, they're going underwater, and he's like, it could withstand anywhere from 0 to 1. Chainsword versus Power Sword versus Chainsword or Chain Axe versus Power Axe. I would have to go with Power Sword. I think Chain Swords and I mean I think the axes are cool, but the Power Sword's just a freaking classic. It also looks cool on models. I don't think guards really use chain axes like model wise, so I don't have any. So I'm partial to the lore of the models. I saw one. Wait, what? Swift boat being used for 40k. Oh, I see what you mean, like the model, like the scale. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love when people make like cool conversions. What do you guys want me to draw next? I drew the Baneblade. That doesn't look like a Baneblade, but it is. Look, it says Baneblade right here. Just popped in to say hi. Hey, what's up? Um, that's awesome, man. I hope you like the channel. A lot of people, like a lot of new subs, just recently joined. I'm glad you like the art and the way I talk or write, I guess. There'll definitely be more stuff. Any painting tips? Yeah, just honestly, just do it more. I honestly think that the heavy metal style is like, it's actually like surprisingly easy. All you do is you get a base coat, boom. You get a lighter color, do a chunky highlight, and then you do like a little edge highlight. And once you master doing clean base coats, you're set. Like your models will look super good. You'll be able to do the heavy metal style very well, and it's really about patience. That's the biggest thing. Can you draw a lion confused as disgusted after learning about what happened in the past 1,000 years? Yeah, sure. Why not? Opinions on the Warhammer price increase. Oh, I love them. I love when GW increases the prices. It's really honestly, it's like kind of I know people used to get hyped for E3. That's kind of my E3. Once I see a price hike, I'm like, yes, yes, wow. No, just kidding. I hate price increases. I'm poor. I have no money. I'm in college, and so whenever they increase the prices, it's like, oh, less Warhammer. Um, let's see. What do you think about Total War Warhammer 40k? Oh, I wish they would make it because I've been wanting to play Total War, but honestly, I'm not into fantasy that much, and so that would be cool if it was 40k. Power Fist makes more sense than Chainsword. I mean, not really though. Like based on how chainswords work in the universe, where they actually are effective. Like in real life, a chainsword wouldn't really work, but like in universe, they are actually effective weapons. And just having that reach is like invaluable compared to have Power Fist. Power Fist would be good if you were able to like to jump on them. It's a good stealth weapon, I suppose. But like you have no reach. It's like a bulky thing. You would have to punch things, which is like if you try to punch someone with a sword, you get killed. When will they make a Sakan model? They have it. He's just a normal intercessor, isn't he? I don't think anything was special about him. Just cut off the intercessor arm. Oh, cool. Thank you, Professor Creeper. Can you add a purple orc right in the Baneblade? Yeah, sure. Let me make it purple. I am an orc. I write the Baneblade. This is a horrible orc. Sorry, guys. There's your purple orc. He looks awful. Ever played any strategy games? Yeah, I consider Kill Team a strategy game, but I've also been playing Warhammer Gladius a lot. I think it's fun. Games Workshop doesn't want you to know, but the display minis are free. Aren't they actually free? Like, they have like the like starter minis. I get free minis all the time from my shop. They're pretty cool. Draw Death Dread. All right, let me finish this lion. I don't even know this is what his hair looks like. Actually, this looks more like Lehman. It's okay though. Now he has his beard. There we go. That's the lion. Oh frick! Wrong layer. Damn it. Okay, let's see. I must go eat dinner. Have fun. Have fun eating dinner. I hope it's yummy and delicious. Very round Baneblade turret. Yeah, I know. I done messed up. Here we go. Here. There we go. Now that's a Baneblade. I know it has like kind of the trapezoid shape, right? I don't know. Beast of Nurgle. Yeah, that. Oh, like draw him. Yeah, that'd be cool. What did I say I was gonna draw just now? I promised someone I would draw something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, Death Dread. Yeah, let me draw that Death Dread. Sorry, guys, I'm getting unfocused. Let's see what else. I have a bunch of boxes and stuff on my shelf, and I'm scared to paint because I've only painted like 3 models. Honestly, man, just like you just gotta bite the bullet and do it. Like you're never gonna get better if you don't try to paint them. And having the old models is like a really nice thing. Like later on, I think I totally agree with like the people who say don't strip your models, at least your first ones, because then it's really cool to see your improvement. And so honestly, for advice, just get into it. Just don't be scared to paint them. Like you're gonna be able to get more models in the future, and if you can't, you could strip it if you really have to. And so just go for it, you know. The best for beginners is base coat, wash, and highlights. Yeah, I agree. I don't really use washes anymore, but they are a good beginner tool. You into third party bits? To an extent. It's kind of hard for me to stomach like spending extra money after I spent like a lot of money on a giant kit, but they are cool to add. I have a 3D printer. I haven't printed in a while because I just think it's a pain, but I painted a few bits. Um, Wait, there's Total War 40K? What? Wait, let me look this up. I thought it was only fantasy. Wait a minute. Oh no, you're a liar. You're a liar, sir. There's no Total War 40K. Don't lie to me, Dragon Pawn. Okay, if it's not too difficult, could you draw some 40K slice of life? Something crazy in the real world that's mundane in 40K. What do you mean by that? Like, I don't know what you mean by 40K slice of life. Like exactly. Like just like a guy eating a sandwich or something? um Total War 3. Total War 3's Sigmar. I mean not Sigmar Fantasy. Isn't it? Dragon Pawn is lying to me. Hey, see you, Goblin D's. It's good to have you. Have a good night. Oh yeah, it's late for the. Yeah, I tried to. I made it at 1 because I was like, okay, a lot of my audience is British, and I was like, it's kind of late, but I hope they could catch a few, you know. But yeah, have a good one, man. The rumor about 30. Yeah, I think the rumors about 20. I mean, Total War 40K is cool. I definitely play it. I think Total War is pretty interesting. Let me give him a kill saw. Actually, I like saws. Vroom. Actually, what does a kill saw look like? Vroom. That's my kill saw impression. You should make a fan art channel on your server. Okay, yeah, sure, I could do that. If anyone wants to make fan art of me. Where's the orc? What do you mean, where's the orc? This is an orc Death Dread. He's like inside of it, presumably. Never be afraid to paint. 100%, yeah. I think that's a big thing. Like you should never be afraid to paint your models. It's just so important to, like, it's important for growth. I mean, it's mini painting. It's not like it's not world-ending stakes, but yeah, it definitely is. That's one of the biggest pieces of advice I could ever give anyone is like, don't be afraid to paint. You're gonna improve like no matter what you do, and like even if you're doing something wrong, you'll see that you're doing it wrong, and then you'll probably be able to fix it. You just have to have some kind of awareness. And Dragon Pawn, you are literally trying to gaslight me and it will not work. It will not work. Total War 3 is fantasy. Let me look it up. Yeah, it is. You're wrong. Wrong. Okay, let's see. You made fan art? Oh, I didn't even see that, man. If you make fan art, tag me. I'd love to see it. Honestly, the Discord has a lot of messages, and I don't see them all sometimes. But yeah, if you at me, I'll definitely look at it. I'll look at it now too, or not now, but later. I appreciate the fan art. Should I paint intercessors first, Lehman Russ, or Phobos Marines? Um, so I would always recommend painting what you like want to paint the most first, which is like a dumb advice, but like honestly, I think intercessors are probably the easiest out of those three to paint. I think vehicle painting is real slog, at least for me. And Marines are like dead easy to paint. They're the easiest things to do heavy metal on. So I think they're great. I think that's another reason they're like one of the best beginner factions. But there's rumors of 40k one. Yeah, the rumors. There's no real one though. Imagine a war game or a 40k anime like Yu-Gi-Oh. That would go so incredibly hard actually. I would love to see that. I should have put that in the TV show pitches. That's a great idea. Wait, I would love to see that. They just talk about the heart of the models or something. What are you gonna have for dinner, Duck? Assuming I don't forget to eat. I don't know. Maybe I'll make myself chicken nuggets or something. I have that horrible college diet where I just eat like random garbage. Oh, maybe I'll give myself a steak dinner for having a successful stream. There's Total War Star Wars. That'd be pretty cool. Even though I haven't been interested in Star Wars really, I still like love it like in my heart. But it's just like, man, I just can't get into the movies anymore. I'm really sad to like. It's just so oversaturated, and a lot of the writing hasn't been hitting for me. I don't know, man. Star Wars. Oh, I used to love Star Wars. Star Wars was my thing before 40k. Time doesn't matter to me. I'm sick to go to work tomorrow, anyways. Hey, perfect. It sucks that you're sick, but it's good that you could be here. I did make fan. Oh, I just saw that one. Sorry. It's okay, Dragon Pawn. I forgive you. It's okay. But just wanted to hop in and say I love your videos. Hey, thanks a lot, Connor. I'm glad you like it. Honestly, one of the best things about these videos is just seeing the people who like say they enjoy it. That makes my little heart flutter, and it's really cool to see that. Yeah. Sorry, no step on snake. Yeah, I see that. But I'm not an orc, so I can see it. How about that? I'll share pasta with you. Oh, thank you, Weatherman. Yeah, I like the vodka sauce. It's quite yummy, especially with like shrimp, like shrimp vodka. I don't remember the full name, but yeah, that's quite a good. I love pastas. Have you ever watched the 2D animated Clone Wars show? Yes, I love it. That's my favorite. That's like my favorite. One of my favorite Star Wars things. Period. I think animation is honestly the best medium. I'm biased, but like, oh, they went so hard in that show, and I think if Genndy Tartakovsky did a 40k thing, that would be the freaking coolest shit ever. Rumors, but with how marketing works nowadays, creative assembly is probably test run. Yeah, probably. No, I think Total War 40k is definitely like something that could work on the table. It's just that I'd be very interested in it. This is my Beast of Nurgle, guys. I don't remember what they look like exactly. I know they're like stupid slug monsters. Okay, let's see. Um, Something like PvE 40k Foxhole, where you have a server for each planet. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think there should be more like cool PvE 40k games. I hope the Space Marine PvE is really cool and interesting. Don't they have like weird, funky hair? Now he looks silly. If you haven't noticed, I like drawing silly things. Wait, that looks like an afro. Those are tentacles. But 40k is a refugee for former Star Wars fans. Yeah, I've seen people saying that. I don't know if that's how I am personally. I just think that 40k vibes more with me, just like my personal interest. I think the model making aspect and painting and like the ability or like the built-in like creativity where you're able to make home brews and it's like somewhat lore justifiable. I think that's just what really spoke to me personally. But yeah, I can see people like going from Star Wars to 40k. I mean, 40k is no stranger to bad writing from time to time, but it's just that 40k has so many things that are like books, and you can kind of just pick and choose what you watch. Where Star Wars, like they kind of want you to watch every single show, and like honestly, half of the shows, actually more than half the shows, have had bad writing in my opinion. I once painted and built 40 guardsmen, a field battery, and Rogaldorn in a week. Sir, you're an actual menace. Like, how do you do that? It takes me like one session to paint one guardsman, which is so pathetic, and it takes me forever. I've been working on this like 5-man guard squad for like the past week, and I've only base coated, and I've just started highlighting the fatigues on one of them. I don't think I'm ever gonna finish the guard army I have. I have like 20 more guardsmen to paint, and then 3 Lehman Russes, and then my Valkyrie. Okay, let's see. I want to see them announce a 40k manga, and then they imply that it's about lore, but it's actually a slice of life. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like that. That'd be stupid and silly. um, Seeing 40k shit in slice of life, that could be interesting. Do you guys want me to draw a new thing? Plug anything you might want me to draw. If not, I'll just draw some silly creatures. Next, let's see. Do you think GW should release more regiments instead of just Cadians? Their call, but I like Valhallans and Steel Legion. Yeah, I 100% think they should. From a business point of view, it's probably like not financially viable for them, but I would love if they brought back the Guard regiments. I think the like when they had all the metal ones, that was like kind of the golden era of Guard. And while Cadians are my favorite, I wish they would bring back other regiments. I think one of the coolest parts of Guard is that like they are humanity fighting these horrors, and part of that is like, excuse me, having these diverse cultures like, excuse me, sorry, having these diverse cultures represented and like influencing the Guard. Excuse me, dear heavens, I should not have drank that Mountain Dew Baja Blast. But anyways, no, part of the Guard is like having all these cultures, and having these diverse Guard regiments kind of represents that aspect to me, where it's like all of humanity banding together against the horrors of the galaxy, and I think that's really awesome. And so I'd love to see more regiments. I think just having Cadians, Krieg, and Catachan is kind of lame. Guard design change made me leave the model side of 40k. Oh man, that sucks, man. Yeah, I don't like the guardsman design either. I mostly just buy secondhand at this point. But yeah, it really sucks when the new cool stuff on the shelf is like not an aesthetic you vibe with. Oh, let's see. I want a 40k Navy game. Yes, Rogue Trader and the old one, but I want an updated game. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think you're talking about Hive, no, Battlefleet Gothic, right? That one's pretty cool. I'd love to see that get updated. I'm gonna buy some guys soon. Eradicators, Desolators, Incinerators. Nice, man, nice. I really like the Eradicators. I think they're really cool. I think multi-melts are cool. The Incinerators and Desolators are pretty cool. I would like the Desolators so much more if they just had like, if the weapon was like weighty looking, you know. But yeah, they're cool. Tashi, how many armies do you collect? A lot, but like none of them are like, well, other than my Guard, I don't think any of them are like actual lists. I just buy what I think looks cool. And so I have orcs, and a lot of this is for kill team, so I have like technically all the armies. I think I have Guard, obviously. I have Space Marines, Orcs. I have some Tau. I have some Eldar. Well, the Eldar were gifted to me, so that's nice. I have very few Tyranids. I have some Necrons. I have pretty much all the factions, but I'd say I'm mostly a Guard collector and Orc collector. I think those are my two favorite ones. No step teach. No step teach me your ways. I can paint a combat patrol in 2 weeks. Yeah, no, I can't believe Step is insane. Actually, he's a crazy painter, man. He is a true Warhammer 40k. It takes me forever to paint, and honestly, it's kind of my fault. I try to paint all my models at least to 80% of my standard, which isn't really viable for Guard. But I prefer the model painting side of 40k more than the gameplay, anyways. So it's fine for me. Let's see. I want a Steel Legion, not a Acadian design change. Yeah, I'd love to see Steel Legion again. I like their old metal models. I've heard rumors that they're getting a plastic hit soon. So here's to hoping, I guess. I have one last request. Locust Heavy Destroyers. That's a good one. I think they're pretty badass. Solar Auxilia. Oh, I actually think I missed a question. I remember reading someone asked what I think about Solar Auxilia. I think they're pretty cool. I like their like old timey diver look. I think that's pretty interesting. They fit my homebrew lore, so I might pick up some. I do. I don't like the lasgun pattern they have. I think it's a bit too spindly, but that's just like a design thing. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Next up, I go back and forth between 40k and fantasy, but so many fantasy models got axed in the factions I liked. Yeah, that sucks. I know Sigmar is technically different from fantasy, but like they got rid of a ton of models recently, which really sucks, or at least the rules for them. I don't remember what a locust looks like. Shit. But that really sucks. I hate when when the guard codex came out, it was exciting but also disappointing because like almost all of our characters got killed or like replaced. Like Yarg was gone, Creed was gone. We like lost our vets, we lost our conscripts. It was like a really mixed feeling when we got our codex in ninth. And also like not to mention they updated the range, which I didn't like personally, but that's obviously more subjective. But yeah, it does suck when like your favorite models get axed. Um, draw Solar Auxilia. Oh yeah, I'll draw some Solar Auxilia. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Old West Regiment. Yes, I love what's it called? I love westerns, and that was also one of my jams. I love sci-fi and westerns, and I especially love when they get like mixed. Um, I'm weird. I seem to like everything the community hates. Hey, no problem with that. I mean, it's all subjective at the end of the day, and I think the community honestly like hates on things a bit too much. And like honestly, it is fun to like fake hate on things to an extent, you know. So it's your hobby, man. Just buy what you like. Goofy guns, yeah. Draw a very small Ripper next to a very large Tyrannofex. All right, I'll do that soon. Draw a Mordian Iron Guard. Yeah, that'd be cool. Really, Steel Legion in plastic? I don't know for sure, man. That's just a rumor, but that'd be really cool. But honestly, I think they're just gonna focus on plastic Krieg, which that's cool for a lot of people. I personally think Krieg are a bit boring and like overrated, but that's just me. Um, Happy to see you start to blow up. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate Imperial Guardsman. Yeah, I'm really grateful for all the growth on the channel. I'm glad everyone's been liking the videos and supporting the channel, and it's been pretty awesome so far. Have you ever got into the fantasy side of Warhammer? Not really. I have a few Seraphon models just because I think dinosaurs riding dinosaurs is cool, but I don't really know any of the lore. I've always been a sci-fi kind of guy, so yeah. Let me try to draw this Auxilia from memory. I know they have this like big ass helmet. Um, Cowboy Gangers. Yeah, that'd be cool. Just paint. No, they have different coats. We can't paint Krieg and Steel Legion colors. It's so funny to me that Steel Legion started off like as one of the popular factions, and then Krieg were literally just like a repaint or like a different scheme of Steel Legion, and now that people call Steel Legion Yellow Krieg. I think that's just so sad and funny. I'm collecting Krieg and painting it in Steel Legion. Yeah, that makes sense. Who's your favorite Lord Solar? It has to be Macarius. I think his armor is just so much cooler than the current one. A lot of people say that the Lord Solar sucks because he's like too ornate and doesn't fit, but I don't think he's ornate enough. If he was like super ornate, completely decked out in like engraved golden armor like Macarius was, like he'd be a cool model, I think. But right now he's just wearing the breastplate and the gauntlets. I don't even think he has leg armor, which is like so stupid. I don't like the Lord Solar. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I love the Dread Knight. I like that one too. I think it's overhated as well. I understand why people think it's silly, but I think it's cute. Which I guess isn't what you want from a 40k model. This Solar Auxilia, I don't think this is what they look like. It's close enough though. Maybe. Let's see. I painted my Lord Solar green and like Acadian. Yeah, yeah. No, I like the Lord Solar. Me personally, I made my own. Well, I plan to make my own. I need to buy the models, which is expensive. But mine's gonna be like a Dragon Rider. I'm gonna use the Age of Sigmar. I think it's called like an Arch Knight. He's like a fish type guy, so that fits my lore. He's gonna like walk alongside like some dinosaur or something. Draw a squig. Okay. I drew a squig for my logo. I am a squig. Rawr. That's how I imagine the squigs sound. There he is. He's very cute. Hey, I'm a squig. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think making homebrews is honestly one of the coolest parts of 40K. I really love making my homebrews and stuff. Let's see. Locust looks perfect. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I kind of forgot what they looked like, but I think that's close enough, right? Lord Solar's clothes aren't a good color. Yeah, and I think he would honestly look so much better if he had like freaking leg armor. Because right now he's just wearing like it looks like sweatpants the way they painted it, and I hate that. I hate that so much. It makes me mad. But if it was just like that, it would look cool. Made in Xandri dust. Oh yeah, like Cadians. Inquis. Let me think. That's a tough one. I like Deathwatch more than I like Grey Knights, but I also like the idea of like witch hunters in the Inquisition. Like they have the witch hunting aesthetic, and so I'd probably have to say Ordo Malleus. Just because a witch hunter is like such a cool idea. I think that's when the inquisitorial stormtrooper models were released too, part of like witch hunters, and those are some of my favorite models. Absolutely love those. Favorite arm? No, more armor and greener gray armor. I assume you're talking about the Lord Solar, but yeah, definitely. I think either they should have went less ornate, and so it fits with the guard, or they should have just went like full line craziness, made him super ornate and like a real presence on the battlefield. Another thing I hate is his pose. His pose is so boring. Like I understand what they're going for with like it was on like a head of a Reaver Titan, I believe. But like it literally looks like he's posing for a photo shoot, which is stupid because it like, makes him look like a fucking propaganda piece, which is like boring. I think it would have been a lot cooler if he had the Codex cover art. Here, look. This is my rendition of the Lord Solar with his stupid fucking sweatpants. Like this is not a good pose, I don't think. Didn't he have his sword up, and then he has his like little cape? Like this, I don't like that as a pose because it literally looks like okay, I'm gonna stand on this Titan now so that I could look cool for a picture, versus like it should have been an action pose of some sort. Have I seen a text to speech? Yes, I like text to speech quite a bit. I'm sad that GW basically axed it. Um, I wish he had the Codex art cover like the Napoleon style like horse shit, like kind of like this with Constantine. Is this, I don't even know if this is what it looks like, but this would have looked a lot cooler, I think, even if it just shamelessly like ripped off that Napoleon art. No, no, no. He had this like sword up like that. It was fucking badass. Like he looked cool in that. That's like he's charging and leading his forces. The other one literally looks like a photographer is like, "Oh hey, Mr. Solar, what's his name? Like Augustus or something? Take a picture, huh?" That's fucking lame. Um, Favorite and least favorite Space Marine chapters. My favorite one is the Salamanders, and my least favorite is I'm just gonna go off founding chapters. Probably the Iron Hands. I think they're kind of stupid. Like why would you waste your what's it called, gene enhanced body with cybernetics when like you could literally just like cybernetically enhance anything? It's kind of stupid to like want to get rid of it. Just popped in from work. Hey man, how you doing? Oh, Arthur Robinson. I answered your questions earlier. Which guard regiment would you least want to be in personally? Um, Probably the Krieg. I think they're a bunch of freaks, and also like I personally am not like super zealous and willing to die for something. um, I get my guard propaganda from you, and I get gameplay knowledge from Morty and Glory. Hey, sweet man. I'm glad you like my lore and commentary videos. I like Morty and Glory. I would watch him a lot because he talks about guard, and back then I was like, okay, I need to build an army, and so I try to look for what I needed. General Stern's design. Oh, that one's so cool. Yes. I wish General Stern would get a model with his two like freaking power claws. I fucking love power claws. They're some of my favorites. Let me draw him. Yeah, no, I love power claws. He's a super cool guy, especially with the wrist mounted bolters. That's freaking epic. Wait, is the Guard Codex? No, no, it's not. It probably won't be out until 10th is out. The Guard Codex has never come out on time. Sucks to be us, but what are you gonna do? Thoughts on Iron Warriors? I actually really like the Iron Warriors. They might be one of my favorites. I think Perturabo is a really cool character. It kind of sucks people like to see him as like this crybaby loser guy. I think he's actually very fascinating, and his like inferiority complex and like struggles with knowing everything inherently. I think that's all very interesting. And also, I really fucking love their scheme. Like the gunmetal with the hazard stripes is cool. I put hazard stripes on a lot of my guys, even my guardsmen. I just think it's a very cool aesthetic. What does General Stern even look like? I know he has like a big fuck off coat, as all guards generals do. Dang, he just insulted all 10 Iron Hands fans. Yeah, they could all go fuck themselves. Just kidding. I mean, all the Space Marine chapters are cool. It's just, for me personally, I do prefer the ones that are nicer to people. Which is stupid for 40k, but, you know, yeah, whatever. Can I draw an Inquisitor? Yeah, I can draw that next. I've been painting an Inquisitor, actually. I got, like, this old Witch Hunter model from LVO, and I just finally, like, started putting some paint on it. What does General Stern look like? Shit. I haven't played Dawn of War in so freaking long. But this is close enough. Deathwatch, Spec Ops aesthetic is cool, but they also do dumbest stuff in lore. Oh yeah, I agree. They're about to, weren't they about to kill Slaanesh, but then they're like, ooh, I'm too racist. Oh, that was stupid, but they are cool. I think they're really cool. I think both the Grey Knights and the Deathwatch do some really fucking stupid shit, but, you know, it wouldn't be 40k if there weren't some, like, stupid dumbheads, you know? Doesn't he have, like, a scar? He's like General Stern. I don't even know. That doesn't even look like him. I like remember enough to know this isn't what he looks like. Let's see. We are like the last page. We get every, yeah, no, literally. R.I.P. Guard. But whatever. Hey, they have my all-time favorite scheme. They do have a really cool scheme. I'll give you that. The silver with red, black, that looks really cool. And I also like when they paint like them with the blue eyes. However, it's just their lore. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, all right. Next up. Don't let others ruin your life. Ruin yourself. So true. So true. Words I live by every single freaking day. Navy Guard Codex comes out one day before 11th edition. No, yeah, literally. That's literally how the Guard Codex felt. It came out, the Kazakh were super fucking cool. A month later, they're fucking dead. Navy Breachers. Oh, like draw them? Yeah, that'd be cool. Did I said I was gonna draw something else. Oh, an Inquisitor. Yeah, I'll draw the Inquisitor. What would you rather be in, Kazarkin or Scions? I think Kazarkins, they're more normal. They aren't like as indoctrinated. They aren't like fucking weirdos. And plus, they look cooler in my opinion. I'll draw a Farsight after I finish this Inquisitor drawing. Let me draw the one that I. Let me get rid of this. I have this Witch Hunter Inquisitor I got at LVO, this old metal model. It was a kick-ass deal. It was $5, and I was like, wow, I feel like I'm in old Warhammer times. Think they're so hype. Yeah, I mean they are like kind of hype, but like yeah, it is annoying when someone's like a dickhead about it. Kazarkin more like they know they're the best. Everybody respects that they're the best because they are the best. Versus Scions who like they get right out of the Scala and they're like, I'm the best, and they're technically right, but they're like they're a dickhead about it. I will always love Blood Angels, and yes, Blood Angels are very cool. I think they have a very nice aesthetic. Sanguinius is also very interesting. I think his plight of knowing he's gonna die or he doesn't die and the Emperor gets fucked, that's pretty interesting. Let me try to figure out how I want to draw this Inquisitor. The one I have has like this cool ass trench coat, so I'll do that. It kind of looks like a cowboy to me almost, actually. I think it went like this, a little something like this. All right, let's see. Dipping out for a bit. Hey man, have fun with dinner. I hope it's yummy. See you, Ortho Robinson. It was fun. Oh, Ortho Bison. I keep on calling you Robinson. My bad, bro. Next up. I wanted to run pre-heresy Iron Warriors under Iron Hands rules. No heavy weapon penalty and negating damage. Yeah, that's another thing with the rules. I like to use different army rules because sometimes the rules for the army I like They aren't like what I want. Like for example, the Cadians this edition, I don't think the rules as fun as the Krieg ones, so I just run my Cadians as Krieg. Also, it's a freaking giant shame that you can't take fucking plasma pistols for your Cadian commanders this edition. That's so stupid. I hate that. Fader Space Marine chapter. Salamanders. Drawn Insomniatic. Oh, okay, that'd be funny. Um, do you think GW is removing Katachan from their website? I do think they're gonna get a refresh like sooner than later, but I don't know. Did they actually remove the models from the website right now? That'd be sad. I might pick up a box. I unironically love the the fucking Katachan, even though they look stupid. I wish I caught the Broodbrother kit before that one got axed. I feel like getting Scions for one reason, putting in a Banehammer. Oh no, I think Scions on tabletop are really fun and cool. I like their deep strike rules. I actually do. I like the aesthetic of Scions. I just don't like them as much as Kazurkin. Is this your first go at making YouTube videos, or have you in the past prior to creation of the channel? So a long time ago, I made a really shitty garbage like animation channel, and I was really bad at animating, and I had like 2 videos. They're both like 10 seconds long. They're absolute garbage. But this is the first time doing something like this where I have like I talk about a lore. I make like a actually produced video, not like some shitty animation I thought was funny. But yeah, this is I would consider this my first time doing YouTube. The old one was more like just I put it there for myself. Oh, they're permanently out of stock. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I actually do like them. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're a really fun kit to make too. They have a shit ton of customization, especially the command squad. All right, let's see. What color do you like for plasma? Classic blue, 100%. I paint green for my chaos sometimes, or orange, but for my guard and space marines, I think the light blue looks really good with my color scheme. Here, let me this is essentially what my guardsman color scheme is. I think the light blue like contrasts this. Well, it doesn't contrast, but like goes along with it pretty nicely. Especially when I usually put red highlights on my guardsman. Usually I'll put like a red shoulder or something, and so I think that looks pretty cool. This is essentially what my scheme is. Do a little paint by numbers real quick. Bit of a niche one. What's your thoughts on the Harkoni Warhawks? They're pretty cool. They're the ones who like do drop assaults, right? If so, my guys, I love anything in fiction that does like drop assaults. Like my homebrew lore, they specialize in drop assaults. They have a bunch of Kazurkin drop teams. I love ODSTs. I love Helldivers, all that shit. So if I'm thinking of the right thing, they're cool. I know Elysians also do drop assaults, but I think Harkoni Warhawks are also one that do that. What color do you... Oh, I already read that one. Best Xenos faction. Orcs, 100%. I like the Tyranids. It's just for me personally, my favorite thing is making homebrew lore. And so for Tyranids, I almost feel limited just because of their like hive mind nature. Versus like the Orcs, there's so much personality. So I love them. It is very aquatic. I dig it. Thanks, man. Yeah. I do like the like sea greens and stuff. That's my favorite color. Doing great, loving the channel. Thanks a lot, man. I'm just super happy that people have been liking my videos. They're really fun to make, so having people liking them, oh, it's just a wonderful feeling. I want a 40k game like Darktide, but you play as a Chaos Aligned Guard or Marine. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think more games focus on things that aren't the Marines. That would be interesting, like or the Imperium, I suppose. I think that would be very interesting to see. You don't really see that much chaos, I feel, which kind of sucks. Let's see. I use orange for plasma when the model is predominantly blue. Yeah, I think orange plasma looks really cool. I think for Ultramarines, I really like green plasma. I know it's kind of a color theory no to do green and blue sometimes, but it does look pretty sick. But orange, yeah, orange definitely looks good. I've even seen like people do like a pink plasma, which looks pretty wicked. Have you played Darktide? Yeah, I like Darktide. It's just that none of my friends play it, and it's kind of boring solo. I don't like talking to strangers that much in random queues. Maybe now that I have a channel, though, I could find people to play with me. We could do a... Ooh, I'll pick a lucky viewer to play Darktide with me. Next up. I was for more generic cultist, and yeah, I agree. No, I actually don't like the new cultist for the chaos because I think I prefer the old cultists where they were like just ragged hobo looking people. I think it came in the Dark Vengeance box, maybe. It might be a different one. I might be mistaken on that. But those are my favorite cultists. They look really cool. I got 20 of them for like $15. It was a really good deal. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. They're similar, just like the armor more. What is that on? Oh yeah, oh yeah. They have the don't they have like the winged hussar look? I might be wrong on that too. But yeah, if so that yeah, they're really cool. Iron Warriors probably have the worst scheme of the original Legion in my opinion. Really? Oh, I like them. I think gunmetal like here. Let me don't I have a marine drawn? No, I don't think so. I think the gunmetal with the hazard stripes is such a nice look. I just think hazard stripes are cool. Um, I'll draw an Iron Warrior real quick to prove how wrong you really are. No, I'm just kidding. Um, let's see. I make these silly 3D models for a Warhammer game in another game. I'm inspired to make some garment. Hey, that'd be cool. That's cool, man. What are they called? Or maybe like show them in the Discord or something. I'd love to see. I've been looking for third parties who like specialize in like heroic scale stuff because honestly, GW's kind of moving away from the art style that I personally like. So I'm always looking for like alternatives. New or old Central? 100% the old one, man. That's just me, but like I love the old one. I love the blocky look. I don't like how it's rounded. The new one, I think, it kind of looks like an egg. I like the old one, how small it is. You could hear more of my thoughts in my second to newest video. Let's see. I miss the old cultists that were working for. Yeah, no, literally, yeah. No, I mean, I think they could both coexist. I mean, the original cultists, they were more like what they look like now. But I do like the like ragged hobo who like found some shit because a lot of cultists in 40k they're like disillusioned Imperials who are like, you know what, anything's better than this. I'll join Satan, sure. And so I think that the more like ornate like devout cultists could be like an elite unit for them. This is assuming cultists get a ton of love, which will never happen. But yeah, I think that works better. I love the old one. Oh, the Sentinel, yeah, 100%. I love the old one. Have you ever played Tacticus? I played it when it first launched. I don't really play mobile games though, so I didn't really vibe with it. And also the guard was like not unlocked at first, and I'm impatient. But maybe I'll give it another try. I don't really know. Maybe they'll sponsor me, and then I'll say about how much I love playing it. um, Personally, the Iron Hands had the worst color scheme. The Iron Hands color scheme's all right. It's just black and silver, which is like if that's your thing, it's good. Do you play anything other than Warhammer? Tabletop wise, no. But video games, yeah, I play a few video games. I've been playing. Uh, well, I just got done playing Helldivers. I don't really play it that much anymore, just because my friends kind of lost interest. And I've been playing Fallout. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima recently. Fun fact: I actually met some guy who worked on Ghost of Tsushima at LVO. It was really cool. He was a really good painter. We were in the same competition, and believe he got third place. It was really cool. But yeah, I play a lot of video games that aren't 40k, but nothing tabletop really. I've been wanting to get into D&D a little bit, but I don't really have that many friends who live in state, and I don't really know how I feel about. I don't know if I like role playing games as much as I like war games, but we'll see. Let's see. I had no clue. Yeah, there's a Discord, man. It's in my channel page if you want to look there. I don't know how I could post a link here, but if you look on my channel page, it's under links. There should be like 4 links, I believe. There's like my Instagram. There's the Discord, the Patreon. That's 3, not 4. My bad. I found some friendly people in Dark Tide before. Ogre and Zealot players tend to communicate and roleplay more than the Psychers and veterans. Yeah, I think people who like would want to play Ogre or Zealots kind of like lend themselves more to role playing. Like, if you're playing the Zealot, you're kind of the person who's like, I want to yell, burn the heretic, and stuff like that. So I think that totally works. And Ogre players are always nice. It's just, I don't know. Whenever I random queue, either they don't talk, they're kind of like too sweaty, or stuff like that. This Marine looks like fat, but he's an Iron Hand. I mean, he's an Iron Warrior. Have you played Ghost? Yes, I have played Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I thought it would be a perfect Kazarkin game. I had a lot of fun with that one. I love going around, blasting people, shooting people with my freaking Honey Badger, my Rolling Thunder. Um, Content is more than solid. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, Scott. Yeah, I hope I keep on improving, and I'm definitely gonna make more content. So we'll see where the channel goes. Would you like a guard bomber in plastic? Yeah, I mean, I'd love any more like new guard units in plastic. I don't really like working with resin. I don't think it's as bad as people say, but like it is kind of a pain in the ass. And so seeing more plastic kits is always a nice thing. Horus Heresy Dark, yeah, Horus Heresy Dark Angels are really cool. I personally prefer the like dark black greenish, but the black ones are also really cool. Can you paint a purple Necron? Actually, fun fact, my Necron scheme is purple. Maybe I'll post some in the Discord later. But yeah, my Necrons are purple and blue. Like purple with like blue glowy bits. That is, they have the gunmetal aesthetic. Um, 40k Dark Angel are still awesome. Yeah, I 100% agree. I love the forest green. I think GW officially they painted a bit too bright, based like compared to the descriptions where it's like it's so dark it's almost black but it's green, and I like that more. I like the super dark green. Oh, I don't think an Iron Warrior would have an Aquila. Let me X that out. Let's see. Have you heard of the fan theories that some of the Primaris chapters are made from Trader Gene Seed? Yeah, I think that's an interesting fan theory. It makes sense too. I mean, Call didn't Call want to do it, and Gilliman was like, nope. But Call's not really like super into following orders, so I could totally see that happening. Isn't this what? Oh fuck! Sorry guys. All right, let's see. Do you collect 40k? What do you collect 40k Skaven? I've said this before, and sorry if this offends anyone, but I don't think Skaven should come to 40k. I feel like 40k is already kind of just like, oh, it's the fantasy races with guns, and I think adding Skaven would just like further that idea. Plus, like based on their niche, they kind of already have that. There's already factions with that role in 40k. Like the guard do the, they have technology that are kind of a horde. Mechanicus have the insane technology. Tyranids are like a giant horde that like all consuming. So I don't know. I personally wouldn't want them, but it's fine if you do. You know. Have you? Oh, you know, I joined. Hey man, welcome to the Discord, Hop Weatherman. It's pretty cool. Which orc clan do you think is the best? Death Skulls are my favorite too, man. Let's go. I like their luck. I like the I like how they are like scrappers. They're little like pests. Everybody hates them kinda. That's kind of funny. Um Sort of odd question. Do you prefer colder or warmer whites and grays? It definitely depends on the scheme. My Cadians, for example, the warmer grays I think work better. But for my marine, no, not my marines. What is it, frick? Oh, my Necrons and Eldar and my Chaos as well. They all have cooler whites. I think if I had to pick one, like in a hypothetical situation where like one would just get axed, I'd probably say warmer, just because. Would I say warmer actually? Yeah, I'd say warmer whites. Um, Green stuff is good. Is green stuff as good as it said? Yeah, I think green stuff is a very good tool. You have to like it's there's a learning curve for sure. You have to know how to do it, but it's very nice for repairing models. I like to get a lot of metal models, and a lot of the times they have like horrible mold slip or they have like chunks of them missing, and green stuff is great for filling that shit out. But yeah, it is definitely a learning curve. I think it's definitely worth it though. It'll last you a while. There's this one on Amazon that's like 20 bucks, I think, or maybe 15. It's a giant ribbon, and it's lasted me like I didn't even go through half of it yet. It's lasted me for like years for whatever I need for it. Pro tip for green stuff: you always end up like using more than you thought you would. Or no, you always think you're gonna use more than you actually do. So just like use less than you would think. Krieg paint scheme from Imperial Armor was really epic too. I don't know if I remember exactly which one, but I'll check that one out later. There's a comic called Ember Phoenix about it. Oh, that's cool. I might have to check that out. I haven't really read that many fan things other than like homebrews, but yeah, I painted my energy green, but I wanted blue. Had the green color already though. Oh yeah. I think I almost painted my Necrons with green energy just because like I think the green Gauss is like just iconic, but then just the green I picked with the purple I picked, it made it look a bit too like Green Goblin or Hulk for me personally. But I could definitely see someone like pulling it off better with a different like hue. Oh frick, damn it. Okay, let's see. I think you were painting Iron Hands before and you switched to Iron Warriors. Was I painting Iron Hands? I thought I was painting Iron Warriors to show Tashi how wrong he was about not liking the scheme. I think Tashi said like he hates the Iron Warrior scheme, and here I'll make a Iron Hands too then. F that. This Space Marine looks horrible though. Here he could be smaller. Actually, wait. You know what? No, yeah. Cultists and Gene Stealers. Yeah, I agree. Chaff, I totally agree with that. Favorite character in 40k? That's tough. There's just so many I like, and I like them all for different reasons. I like, for example, I like Gilliman a lot. I like Kane. I like Yarick, Creed. I think Lilith Hexbride is cool just because like she's a cool lady. Gaskell's really fun. It's hard for me to pinpoint my favorite one just because there's so many I like. Do you think Abhuman Fish People will work in 40k? My homebrew does have Abhuman Fish People. I think it could work. I mean, there's fucking cat people and goat people, so like, if they grew up in an aquatic world, I could see that since like humans apparently have this like affinity for mutations. You know, I think it would work. They might look a bit weird just because like I guess goat and fish. I mean, goat and cat are both mammals, so it's not like too far off. But I think a 40k fish person could work. Out of setting, I mean. What do you mean out of setting? What word? Do you mean like? Wait, what? If you clarify that question, I can answer it better, Ragnar or Ranger. I know this is probably an odd question to ask a guard player, but what's your favorite Tau Sept? I like the Farsight. I think they have a really cool scheme. I think Farsight's a cool character. And I said this before, but I like things that are nice. I like nicer characters, even though it's like the 40k Grimdark. You know, I still think it's like cool when characters are nice. Tau are actually my one of my second favorite, or no, one of my favorite factions, despite me like bagging on them all the time. Let's see. What's your favorite Chaos Marines? Mine, I think mine is Thousand Suns too. I talked about this a bit more in depth earlier in the stream, but I think Thousand Suns are really cool. I think the Wizard thing is really awesome. They're just, I think their aesthetics cool. I really like both their schemes, both the candy red and the blue. I think Magnus is an interesting character. Can you please paint Morty and Iron Guard? Yeah, I'll draw that after I draw this Iron Hand. Oh wait, you know what? It's not an Iron Hand if I don't fucking like mutilate him. Hold on. Where did... Is this it? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. Paint a Night Lord. Alright, yeah, Night Lord. I'll do Morty and Iron Guard and then a Night Lord afterwards. Let me draw his stupid leg. I'm a space marine. I have a perfect genetic body, but I'm gonna replace it with robots. That's how I feel about the freaking Iron Hands. Iron Warriors is a slight shade. Yeah, I'd say this is a gray. This guy's kind of gray. Look, this is the color I usually use for painting black compared to the gray one. Iron Warriors are soy boys and Imperial Fists are chads. I mean, kinda, right? I think Iron Warriors are cooler, though. Fuck Imperial Fists. That might be heresy. What's your personal theory on the origin of Blood Ravens? So when I first saw them, I thought they were a Blood Angels successor just because I'm stupid and I saw red. But I like the theory that they're Thousand Suns, but I don't think that's true, though. Because are they really? I don't think... They don't have really a psychic affinity, do they? I might just not know that much Blood Raven lore. But I think Raven Guard also makes sense just because Raven. Isn't Farsight rebelling against the Tau? Yeah, yeah, he is. That's another reason I like him. I like rebellious fellas. Have you played the Dawn of War? Yes, I have. I really like one. I tried to play two, but it was really I don't know why, but it had like horrible stuttering on my PC, so I didn't get to that. I'm gonna try to fix that problem in the future, probably though. I do want to play it. Um, there are goatmen, beastmen, birdmen. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's every animal man in for have humans. What are your thoughts on the Solar Auxilia? I like the models. I just yeah, I like that they have the old diver aesthetic. I think that's cool and funny. It's just I wish I don't like the lasgun pattern they have. I think it's a bit too spindly. I personally prefer when 40k weapons are like big and bulky. I think that's cool. I like how the lasguns of the old guard models were like half the size of them. But yeah, the Solar Auxiliary is pretty cool. Have you ever thought of doing a Siege of Verax video? Yes, that one's high on my list. I'm definitely going to do that one. Excuse me, sooner than later. That one's also highly requested. So I'm a slave to my subs. Um, let's see. Imperial Fists on tops? Some say something Iron Cages in it. True. Imperial Fists are a bunch of stupid dumbheads. Let's see. What's your favorite food? Oh wait, I think I forgot to answer someone else's question. I remember reading this when I first went through them. Someone asked me my favorite. Oh no, I did answer this. Never mind. But my favorite food. Wagyu beef. I went to Japan one time and I had Wagyu beef, and that was the best thing I ever ate in my life. But that's obviously inaccessible. So my favorite food? It might just be like a burger or fried chicken. My American is showing. I really like sushi, but I worked at a sushi restaurant, and that kind of soured it for me. Like literally, like they started serving me sour sushi that made me sick every day, and I was like, "Fuck this place." Um, let's see. What do you say the most disappointing? Oh, I also really like ramen. Ramen's really delicious. What would you say is the most disappointing lore development somewhere? Like some piece of lore that turned out quite badly. Um, I know some lore retcons I don't like. I don't like that the war in heaven was like chaos related. I don't like. I didn't like that the Tau like stopped being like, or they started being more grimdark. I think to an extent it's fine for the Tau to be grimdark, but I don't like that they're like overtly grimdark now. I think that's a bit disappointing. I don't know, like story wise, anything that's like super disappointing to me personally. Um, Especially since like I feel like I got into hobby somewhat late, so I wasn't really like following the development of a lot of stories. Um, I mean, I wish they would expand a little bit more on the Fall Acadian and like the implications of such a thing. So maybe that, I guess. Um, oh, they do? Oh, okay, Jeff. Maybe then I can see that. But also, Blood Angels also have an abnormal amount of psychers, so I don't know. It could be either one of them. If you had to add a faction or remove a faction, what would they be? Again, with the Votan hate, I'm gonna remove them just because they have like no lore, they have no models, they're like somewhat generic looking to me. If I had to add a faction, I don't know, maybe like, um, maybe I'd add Elder Exodites. I know a lot of people talk about that, and I love dinosaurs, so that'd be pretty cool. Can't wait for a fantasy video. Yeah, I might branch into fantasy. The thing is, honestly, I don't know that much about fantasy, and I've always been more of a sci-fi type of person. So, I mean, but I don't know. I'll look into the lore of that. I think the Seraphon are really cool. Maybe I'll do a Seraphon video. If you have could have any Warhammer 40k weapon or IRL, what would it be? I think practically a lasgun would be the best thing to have, but a plasma pistol would be really cool to have. Even though like it would probably fucking explode me and I never shoot it. Well, actually, no. Plasma guns are like safe now. You could just put them in safe mode all the time and be the strongest weapon in the world. A power fist would be cool too. Which legion destroyed their own planet? Though? Yeah, true. Ooh, the Iron Warriors and Imperial Fist are fighting again. What are your next YouTube video plans? I'm really excited for Armageddon Part 2. Okay, so yeah, general roadmap is Armageddon Part 2. I'm gonna do Imperial Guard Regiment Influences Part 2. We hit that like insane subscriber, I mean, insane like goal I arbitrarily put. So now I have to do it. And then after that, I have a few ideas. I might do what day jobs would Primarchs have. Someone suggested that in the Discord. I think that's a really cool idea. Either that, or I'll cover the Siege of Rax or something, or maybe even just a faction focused video. I usually just plan like 2 weeks in advance, not three, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Um, Olympia deserved it. Yeah, true. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. I don't know a ton of Iron Hands and I mean Iron Warriors and Imperial Fist lore. The clone of Fulgrim. Oh yeah, that one is disappointing. But honestly, I don't really want him to come back. I know a lot of people do, but I don't think he would. I don't know. I just can't. I can't imagine them pulling it off good. Is what I'm trying to say. I guess if they did though, that'd be cool. But he wasn't he always somewhat of a one-off. I feel like when he was introduced, he was like, it's like, oh yeah, look at this cool thing. He's not gonna come back, but it's cool, isn't it? Um, have you ever watched Space King? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Flash gets really up their animation. It's pretty interesting. Um, do you like anime? So I don't really watch anime that much, but I did like the ones I watched. I watched Cowboy Bebop. That's my favorite one. I watched Evangelion. I watched One Punch Man, and I watched Akira. And those are all really good. So I'm definitely be down to watch more animes. Hello, hey, what's up, Slam Sector? Good to see you here. Everybody, Slam Sector has a really cool battle report channel. They do really good live content. The ones with the will power to do it. True. Iron Warriors for the win. Enslavers as a faction would be cool. They're a freaking pain in the ass in Gladius. I don't know if anyone played Gladius, but they always steal my freaking Sentinels. I honestly just want a Deep Rock Galactic and 40k for Votan. Yeah, I think anything would have been cooler for Votan. They have like no personality. I know they're kind of going for that like NASA punk aesthetic, but they just didn't do anything interesting with it. I think 40k is at its best when it takes like an idea and then it does something cool with it. Like it alters it a bit. Versus like Votan where like I don't know, man. I just don't like the Votan. Ooh, Votan. A chainsword could be a cool tool though. Yeah, it could be, but chainswords like kind of need maintenance, and I would not have the skills to maintain it, and also I would probably get myself killed. Votan, yeah, they definitely need more lore, 100%. I'd like them more. I am excited for Henry Cavill's movie or show. I think it's a show, right? I'm excited for that. I don't know what he's gonna do with it though. I hope Amazon either gives him a high enough budget or they do a smaller scale story and like have a Space Marine just be like, oh shit, you know. I think that'd be really cool. Do you use Citadel paints or a mix of others? I use whatever brand I like for the specific color. My favorite one is AK. I think they have the best paints around. Close second is Vallejo. I've recently really liked Army Painter Fanatic. Citadel's nice, except some of them are too glossy for my preferences. I prefer a matte finish, but they're pretty nice. I really love Cabalite Green. That's one of the best greens, and also all their reds are really good. Fair Space Marine chapter. Again, it's the Vulcan. No, Vulcan. Fuck. Salamanders. I really like the Salamanders. They're green. I like green. And thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna continue making videos for the channel. I want to cover all the like main lore ideas and factions and stuff. Let's see. Good that KrakDuk only watched the good animes. Yeah, I mean, I basically just looked up. Well, I asked my friends. I was like, "What's the good ones? What do you think I would like?" And they're like, "Oh, well, these are the classics." I'm like, "All right, cool." I just really want to like. Yeah, me too. Slam Sector, bro. Oh man, Votan. Oh, when they said squats are coming back, I was like, "That's gonna be so funny." I think the squats are very interesting. I like their biker aesthetic. It's funny they have these little short guys walking around. And then I saw them like they don't even have beards. What the fuck? They have like fucking goatees. It's boring. I want them to have big, beefy beards at the very least, or at least have their helmets be like some sci-fi beard looking thing. I don't know. Like actually, that's kind of what the that one fantasy range has, isn't it? What Black Library novels have you read? I've read Fall Acadia, the
few of the Kane books. I don't know if I read all of them. I might have. Infinite Divine. I read a lot of the codexes. I don't think that's technically Black Library though. I like the Kane series. That one's fun. Also, Infinite Divine is fun. Everybody recommends that. So there we go. Agree on the Votan being Eggmen. Yeah, yeah. I think the Eggmen could work. I think them having a beard would fix the silhouette though, because like, look, this is their silhouette right now. It sucks. I hate it. If they have a beard, it adds an interesting shape. It makes their head better, and maybe give them like a cool hat. Maybe they all wear top hats. Maybe all the Votan wear top hats, and that's more interesting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Infinite Divine. That's a good one. Cyphus Gain's also a good one. The only problem with those is it kind of like, they're like disproportionately funny to other ones. So like, if you read those first and that's your idea of what 40k books are, you might not like the other ones because they aren't as overtly comedies. I feel like they have comedic aspects just because of like the grim darkness and stuff. But yeah, the Inquisitor blinked. Is my fucking iPad haunted? Pro Acryl. Oh man. Ooh. So see, the thing with Pro Acryl is I could never get it to work for me. I just don't like them. They always, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I even asked them at LVO. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I want to love your paints. Everyone talks about how great they are, but they always come out like they come out glossy for me. Number one, they always have like these little specks in like the paint, and that really pisses me off because I like to have like ultra smooth as possible finish as I can, and I fucking hate their bottles. Pro Acryl bottles are the worst bottles in the industry. I'd rather every single paint brand use Citadel pots than Pro Acryl bottles. Those are the worst bottles ever. They clog every single time, 100% of the time. They never don't clog. I could rant about Pro Acryl all day, but yeah, it's just I was really disappointed with Pro Acryl to be honest. I wish they had I don't know. I wish I liked them more because everyone talked about how great they were. Um, Army Painter Fanatic is good though. I used to fucking hate War Paints. War Paints was the worst paint ever, but Army Painter Fanatic's really good. And AK, ooh, AK's just ooh. If I could replace all my paints with AK, I would probably. What are you most afraid of? So I have this like somewhat irrational fear of like dark water, which is another reason I made my guard lore about like the ocean. Like even in swimming pools in my own backyard or like my friends' backyards, I mean, if it's like dark, I won't go inside because I'll be scared. I'll be like, what if there's a monster though? As if I'm like a 5-year-old or something. It's really fucking stupid and everyone makes fun of me for it. But yeah, that's probably the fun fear. If you were a recruit, what species from anywhere, real or fictional, would you eat? 5 only, 6 would reach a dead end. Um, that's a tough one. Assuming I don't know exactly if this is like canon or not for Star Wars, but if the force abilities are connected like genetically, like your midichlorian count is genetic, I would eat a Jedi because they have like strings free like psyker powers essentially. Um I would probably eat someone who could fly, assuming I could just eat anything. So I'd probably eat Superman if I was able to even. Um Let me think. I'd probably eat the Flash just so I could go really fast. I feel like it's kind of a cop out though to eat superheroes. I shouldn't do too many of those. What else? Let's do a 40k thing. What would I eat in 40k? Um, I don't know. No, let's not do 40k. I can't think of anything I would eat in 40k. Honestly, just eating Superman would be good enough. I think. I need some Ben 10 aliens. Some of them have insane powers, like Chrono or whatever his name is, Alien X. If I could eat him and become God. Oh, you know what? I would eat Alien X to get his godlike powers, and then I would eat like Saul Goodman or some famous lawyer to get his lawyer powers, so I could convince the gods to let me do whatever I wanted. That would be OP. There we go. See, I'm a big brain recruit. I should be a shaper. What's the difference between regular and Black Library books? I think Black Library is just their like publishing company. I mean, all their books are technically Black Library, I believe. Um, it's my personal opinion that dwarves and fantasy are going to be still 100% better than 40k. No, I agree. Then that's why I think it's like kind of lame when they just port like a fantasy species to 40k. I prefer if they just like create like cool and interesting aliens. Excuse me. Um, that's why I don't want Skaven because it's like, what are they really gonna do? They already have some pretty cool tech for Sigmar, so if they're in 40k, are they just gonna be another tech species? Like, I think that would be boring. I just can't imagine them doing anything super interesting with them. Okay, Black Lagoon and Jormunheim are animes with crime theater, oh, a crime theme. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I might check those out. Honestly, a lot of animes they kind of intimidate me because they're so fucking long. But I have been wanting to watch a few, so I might get into that. Squat Exo Armor was a lot more egg-like. Yeah, yeah. No, maybe they just like if they just doubled down on the egg theme and made them the egg faction, maybe I'd like them more. I don't know, man. Uh, it's just the squats. Ooh, disappointing to be honest, for me at least. I know a lot of people like him, and that's totally cool. Kazurkin, favorite Kazurkin piece of lore. I think I like them in general, just like how they're like stone cold badasses. But if I had to pick a moment, it'd probably be I think it was an Eisenhorn, right? Where like either Eisenhorn or another Inquisitor walks by and they're like, "Fuck, those are Kazurkin, they're badass," and he was like actually intimidated. And then they went on to like fight a, I think it was a demon host, and like they fared somewhat good, all things considered. They all got killed, but it was still pretty cool. Oh yes, a Belisarius Call. The great work is basically mandatory for AdMech fans. Yeah, I haven't read that much AdMech lore, but yeah, Belisarius Call is a very interesting character. Have you heard Watcher in the Rain? I don't think I have. I might have to look that up. Yeah, yeah, their bottles suck, and yeah, I know there's replacements, but like when I get a paint, I don't want to have to like do extra work like to like fix it. I'd rather just buy a paint that like works out of the bottle, you know. That's another thing with army painter. People are like, "Oh no, oh, war paints work fine if you put a dropper, if you put a ball inside of it, you shake it for like 20 hours, and it's actually a really good paint. It's worth saving $2 or $1." And it's like, dude, if I'm gonna do that much work and like buy these extra things, I might as well just buy a good paint. I feel. I'm like the big. I used to be the biggest army painter hater. Now Fanac's really good though. A sandwich. Oh, draw a sandwich? Yeah, 100%. I like that idea. Favorite fictional setting? Ooh, that's a I don't know. That might be a hard one, but yeah, it's definitely 40k. 40k is the only. So I used to always like switch what I was interested in like every month or so. Like I'd be interested in Star Wars, I'd be interested in Transformers, I'd be interested in like Legos in general or something like that. But 40k is like literally the only franchise I've been like consistently interested in. Like for the last like however long I've been in the hobby now, I just vibe with 40k so freaking hard. I think it's really because 40k is essentially like at least five different hobbies. It's writing, it's painting, it's building, it's reading, it's like a game. And like that just helps me keep interested. There's so many different factions. If I get bored of one faction, I can look at a different one. I think it's the perfect franchise for me. Why convince the gods when you could best them into your will? No, I was talking about Alien X. Whenever Alien X has to do something, he has to like convince the two like floating heads. Um, Eat the lawyer first, then Alien X. Oh, that's true. You're right. I got the order wrong. I would eat Catachan as I want a red headband. That's true. That would also it would make me attack authority, which is pretty based. Here's my sandwich. I hope you like my sandwich. Sandwiches are so good. Have you guys ever had a banh mi, like the Vietnamese sandwich? Those are so yummy. Um, Watch Monster Hunter. Oh, Monster or read the manga. Okay, yeah, I might look into that. Tell us your best slime Marbo joke. Oh, I'm not good at like just telling jokes. Let me think. Um, I don't know. I feel like those are hard to do. They're just like Chuck Norris jokes, and I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that one. My favorite thing about your drawings are the light bulb heads of infantry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about them too. That's how I used to draw like little doodles in high school when I was in high school, and I was like that's so funny and silly. So I started doing that for all my drawings when I can at least, and if not, I just do the really big heads. I like the fantasy, medieval, futuristic elements of 40k, but it'd be dope if they had a ported to make all the ported. Oh yeah, that would be pretty interesting. Just make Tau like sci-fi fantasy. Yeah, I do think a lot of the 40k are interesting like offshoots of the fantasy races. Like I really like Eldar. It's just that man, I don't know. I don't know if they would do Skaven well, and they didn't do, in my opinion, they didn't do the dwarves that well. I like the. Oh no. Is the Inquisitor supposed to be Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Holmes? So I wish he was. He should have been. This is based on that Inquisitor. It's like an old metal witch hunter model. I don't know what she's called. I think it's a girl. But Obi-Wan Inquisitor Obi-Wan is very cool. That is a very fun piece of lore to tell your friends. Like, did you know this? And they're like, yeah, wait. Sharks getting cages to swim with slime marbo. That's a good one. I like that. Dream armies to have. I've seen those. Have you guys seen those? Like, I'm sure you have. You guys are Warhammer fans. But have you seen like those Insano armies where they have like a shit ton of like tanks and infantry for like Imperial Guard or something? I would love to have even a fraction of that. But if it was an army I don't already have, I would want. Oh wait, are you talking about like a new army or like an actual army, like for like a 40k tabletop army? Did you like Transformer Beast Wars? I do. I like it now, but when I was a kid, I used to think it was like ugly, and I wouldn't watch it. And I was kind of stupid as a kid because I saw Avatar 2, and I was like, I don't like Avatar, it's ugly, so I didn't watch it, which was like a really big mistake because Avatar's a fucking amazing show. Good sandwich, thank you, Koala. I appreciate it. Um, at Michael Smith, it might be Inquisitor lore. I'm not sure the name. I know it does have a name. I finally did it, thank God. I don't know what you're referring to, but good job, man. Who will win between six teams with baseball bats or one angry gorilla? I'm gonna have to say the gorilla. Gorillas are like insanely strong. I feel like you just do like one sweep of the arm and just like take out three of them. But you know, I guess baseball bats are like somewhat good weapons. I don't know. I connected the sun bit to a closed faced. Oh, you're talking about your kit bash. Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I fucking hate working with like those tiny bits, but when you get it down, it's so nice. It's not Great Facts. It's not Great Facts. It's a different one. Oh, 40k armies. Yeah. I would want. I think they're called Dread Mob now. Like the orcs, just having a giant, the giant mechs. Either that or like a giant orc horde. That would be fun. Did you watch Transformers animated? Yeah, the one with Bulkhead and Bumblebee and stuff. Or are you talking about Prime? I like both of those. I think animated. I liked animated more. I especially like the character designs, even though they have like the giant fucking chins. I think they're pretty cool. One of my most prized possessions when I was a child was my what's it called? My Transformers animated Dinobot figure. I think it was Slug. Wait, no. Which one's the Triceratops? Is that Slag or Slug? Or wait, I know Sludge is the Bronchosaurus. I know Grimlock is the Tyrannosaurus, obviously. Fuck, how could I forget the Dinobots' names? How cringe! But yeah, I love Transformers animated. I blasted that shit on blast all day. Let's see. If you were able to get anything for 40k, what would it be? Vehicles included. Yeah, me too. I would get a Warlord Titan. That's the only right answer. It's just so expensive. Any Sisters of Battle videos coming up? Yeah, I definitely talk about them in the future. The problem is I have so many video ideas. It's just I don't have that much time to make them. So like I'm really limited by that like one video a week. Are you freaky? What if KrakDuk was called Freak Duck and I just talked about freaking? The gorillas, yeah, no, for real. The gorillas are insane. I feel like some people underestimate like how insane some animals are. It's kind of wild how like weak and pussy like humans are on a base level. But once we get our weapons, we're the best. Who would win? I assume you mean Abaddon or the might of the Cadian shock troopers. I mean, Abaddon did technically win that battle already, so I would have to go with him. Yeah, sorry, I had to talk to someone. Oh, Snarl? I thought Snarl was the Stegosaurus. No, Stegosaurus must be Slag. Whatever. Yeah, but Abaddon. I am gonna wrap the stream up soon, though, guys. I think it's been 3 hours, but I'll answer a few more questions. Debatable koala. If the teens get into it, I think they can really smash its brain. The problem with that is they would really have to get the jump on him, and they would also have to be like really coordinated. Otherwise, a gorilla would just like rip their face off. What's your favorite type of game? Do you mean like video game or like tabletop game? In tabletop, I like skirmish games, and video games, I like single player video games now. I don't really like competitive games, but a first person like single player or third person single player. Oh, I'll check that out, Weatherman. Well, you talk about tabletop in your vids. Eventually, the problem with that is like, honestly, I don't know that much about tabletop, so I can't really talk about it that much. I feel there's just so much better sources for that. Like, I'm not a super competitive player. Any collabs you hope to have with 40K content creators? Yeah, there's a lot of people I'd like to collab with. Who do I want? Obviously, like Adrek would be cool. I want to collab with Tabletop Minions. I don't know if he actually does collabs though. And I am actually doing a collab. I don't know if this is a secret or not, so don't tell anybody. But I'm gonna be on a Starries Anonymous, so that'll be pretty cool. I have heard the Black Dragons. I talked about them earlier. I think they're pretty cool. I feel like I could talk to the Kazurkin kill team and talk to them about being like a fan of the Emperor. But even if they were out to kill me, I would pick the Kazurkin kill team because at least they just like end me quickly. What's your main 2K army? It's my Imperial Guard. I think that's the only one I actually have a 2K army of. He didn't. He committed space 9/11 and ran off. Yeah, I mean that's just true. Oh, like pure. Oh no. Abaddon would definitely lose if he was fighting that many Cadians head on. Like, I know some people would say, "Oh no, a Space Marine could kill a million Cadians," but I think that's wrong. He would just get fucking killed. Um, Dropping a whole S Citadel. Yeah, that's true. He did cheat. Fuck Abaddon. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna end the stream at 4:10 PST. So we got 5 more minutes for questions, guys. Um, how many battles for Armageddon before a Blackstone Fortress gets dropped on it? I'm surprised. Yeah, that would be pretty bad for them. Chaff, what are you talking about? Um, oh, well, I talk about tabletop videos. Oh, I don't know. Again, I don't really have expertise on it, so maybe though if I have a good idea, throw shurikens on another is an Eldar move. Did Abaddon use? Wait, what? Oh, I see what you mean. Are your guardsmen battle ready though? Half of them are. Half of them are painted. To a relatively high standard, I'd say personally. But I do my Lehman Russes are just primed. My Valkyries just primed, and my Guardsmen are just primed. I'm working on finishing them though. I think I do technically have 2,000 points of painted minis. It's just not a good army. Um, Binging other stuff. Yeah. Stars Anonymous is pretty cool. I've been watching them as I worked, and they reached out to me, and I think it'll be pretty fun. I don't know how much I could say about it without spoiling it. I don't even know when it comes out, but that'll be pretty epic. Oh, you just joined? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, we've been on it for about 3 hours now, so I'm probably gonna head off soon. And favorite Chaos Space Marine Legion. I talked about this a bit before, but I like the Thousand Suns. I think they have a cool scheme. I think they have a cool theme. I like that rhymed. I'm super cool. I like their like sorcerer powers, and yeah, I also like Iron Warriors, Night Lords, and World Eaters. Blackstone Fortresses. Yeah. Why Ultramarines are the best. I actually do think Ultramarines are really cool. I don't know about the best, but I like their Roman aesthetic. I like how they're reasonable and tactical. I think Gilliman's one of the best characters in 40K and 30K. It was nice catching the stream. Hey, yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot, Dragon. I'm happy about the 10K subs. I hope it keeps on growing. It's been great so far. Inquisitor gives me Freddy Krueger with the gun vibes. I guess that's true. I could here. Let me add some freaking. Let's Freddy Kruegerify this guy. Oh frick, that's a wrong layer. Here you go. Oh no, he has green stripes, doesn't he? They're like dark green. There we go. Give him a little freaking bad face. Hey, I'm Freddy Krueger. I like that. There we go. Let's see. If teams were to sacrifice two or three of them, yeah, maybe. Maybe if like two or three of them went in to get mauled and then the others snuck up on them when the other two were getting mauled. Gotta get you one of them Bane Blades. I have a Bane Blade. I fucking love my Bane Blade. That was one of my favorite hobby experiences. I'd love a second one though. Hint, hint. Just kidding. But yeah, that'd be really cool. Have you ever taught? Wait, did they ever taught you to love Sigma to Sigma? I don't know what that exactly means, but sure, why not? I'm a join DC server. I need to see your Bane Blade. I'll post. I'll post the Bane Blade. I'll do that after the stream. Yo, thanks for reading my comment. Of course, man. I'm trying to read all the comments. If I missed a few, sorry about that. I won't. I want to start an. Oh, I want to start an Iron Warriors army, but I am a little intimidated by the build and paint part. Hey, honestly, man, the Iron Warriors. I mean, the Space Marines in general are like one of the easiest ones to build and paint. So I wouldn't be too worried. Also, Iron Warriors have somewhat of an easy scheme other than the hazard stripes. But yeah, I think honestly, you just got to not be worried about painting things. You just have to do it, and that's the best way to improve. Imperial Guardsman is using real guard tactic to fight. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, no, he's a real Imperial Guardsman, man. He knows what's up. Have you heard about the two different resin? Yeah, I have the armor cast ones. Those ones look awesome. That would be something cool to have. They're super rare to come by, though. Me too, DG. Yeah, me too. I like the Thousand Suns. I think the Black Legion are cool too. I mean, they're the poster boys, and they get a lot of hate because of that. But honestly, I think they're pretty cool. Did I buy the Fortnite Battle Pass? I did actually. I'm still riding off the V-Bucks of my old one. Sometimes I like ask my sister to like do it for me because she plays with her freaking baby friends, and so I'm like, just use my account if you're playing ever. She's like, okay. He should have a power claw. Who should have a power claw? Acadia stands, yes sir. Hey, thanks a lot, man, Sean. I'm glad you like the videos. I'm really happy with the reception so far. I'm making these to make people happy. Good luck with your Night Crusader. Those are a cool thing to build. Chaos Trim. I hate Chaos Trim. Infiltrators are pretty cool. Thoughts on 3D printing? I think 3D printing is pretty cool. Recasts are nice. I think recasts are fine when it's like a model that's not in production because like it literally doesn't hurt anyone, I feel. But like it's a bit iffy if it's like a model that is being sold. But 3D printing is pretty cool. I think it's a pain in the ass myself, so I don't personally 3D print. But if you do and you like doing it, I think it's awesome. I can't decide between starting Word Bearers or Night Lords. I like Night Lords more than Word Bearers personally, but Word Bearers are like the de facto, these guys are bad guys, these are bastards, you know? Oh, Kruger? Oh, yeah, wait, that's a good idea. All right, here we go. These are some kick-ass ideas. Good job. Let's make it... There we go. All right. I'll answer these last few questions, and then I'm gonna head off. Thanks, guys. All right. Hey, thank you for drawing my two favorite mofos in Warhammer. Hey, you're welcome, man. Thanks for being here. I think you were here the whole time. Free V-Bucks with this one neat trick. Oh, perfect. Thanks a lot, Cat Lord. The printing ink is toxic. Yeah, no, I have to put it in the garage, and it's like a whole setup. And there's like 100-degree weather where I live, so wearing a gas mask and fucking gloves, it's a horrible, miserable experience. New 40k Total Warhammer game. Yeah, I heard the rumors about that. That's pretty cool. And this is gonna be the last one, I think. Phobos, my favorite aspect of Primaris. I do like Phobos. At first I was iffy about like the like tapered ankles, but I've come around to them. And Priest of Iron, I'll read this just because it makes you extremely excited. But every time you read my comment, I get extremely excited for some reason. Thank you, Priest of Iron. I'll read your comments anytime. And with that, guys, I'm probably going to get off now. Thanks everyone who came to the stream. I hope everyone had fun. Let me know if you guys like the stream, if I should do more of them. I hope I answered all your questions satisfyingly. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you watch all of my videos, subscribe, and share to all your friends, and then watch them a second time. Just play them on repeat for the rest of your life. Just kidding, don't do that. That's annoying. That would be annoying for you guys. But Yeah, so I'm probably. Oh, did I play any sports? Just so people know, I'm not just a nerd. I did play sports. I used to play a lot of sports actually. In high school, I played lacrosse at the same time as doing track, but then I got injured, so then I had to do swim and fucking cross country. Cross country is a miserable, horrible sport. I don't even think it's a sport. But yeah, I don't really watch sports other than hockey sometimes. But yeah, all right. See you guys. Have a good night.